When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Honda of Winchester takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors, and good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Honda of Winchester, owners just care more about you.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
It's time for the excitement of NCAA Division II football, featuring the Shepherd University Rams and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Today's play-by-play coverage is being brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, Powered Beck and Matzaref Law Offices, Senate Finance Chairman Jason Barrett, Hagerstown Ford, Fort Evans Archery, Rocks Local Markets, the Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, personal injury attorneys, Cody's Auto Body, the Palace Lounge, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, the Berkeley County Health Department, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, Ameriprise Financial and the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, CMA Honda of Winchester, CMA Chevy and Toyota of Martinsburg, CMA Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, Dignity Memorial Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery of Martinsburg, Floor Pools of Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, Inferno Brewery and Andy's Pizza. Standing by is our TV10 broadcast team. So let's head to the field and get today's pregame show underway.
Good afternoon across the Eastern Panhandle or wherever you may be tuning in. Welcome to TV10 coverage of Shepherd Ram football, where today it's our Shepherd University Rams coming in with a record of 2-4, taking on the Bloomsburg University Huskies coming in at 1-5. For TV10 Sports, I am Matt Crawford. To my right, Dylan Bishop in for Travis Smith today, but Dylan usually doing our Martinsburg coverage. We know he's going to do a fantastic job. And Dylan, looking forward to this matchup today, an opportunity for Shepherd to win 3 straight coming off what was a nail-biting finish last week against Westchester, but another much-needed win and a great opportunity in front of them today.
Yeah, it looks like over the last couple games, Shepherd has figured a little bit out on the offensive side, and the defensive breakdowns, I think, are starting to get minimized a little bit. They're still there, building with the defensive backs, seeing if they can minimize those defensive communication errors. Coming in here to Bloomsburg, their homecoming here today. Bloomsburg themselves, only 1 win of the year, but you look at the results up and down their schedule so far. It's a 1-point loss in overtime, a 3-point loss, a 3-point loss, a 3-point loss in some of those. Only one game where they really didn't come close to winning against Lockhaven, 38-17. Otherwise, all those other losses have been close to wins. So both of these teams trying to build momentum, improve that record, get closer to 500. And we're going to see what happens. These are both teams that like to run the ball, but their quarterbacks can get it done as well. 4 touchdown passes last week for Bloomsburg. And we'll see Michael Hardyway on the other side. He's had some interceptions here and there, but Rob Ambrose has cooked up a pretty good passing game to go along with the two-headed monster of Jordan Barnett and Grant Swinehart.
Oh, no doubt about that. And Hardaway getting better in certain ways as the season has gone on, and a couple more head-scratching interceptions thrown the last couple of weeks, but it does a very good job of doing what he has to do just to maintain the football game. He's not a guy that you're going to go, hey, go win us the football game. We got to put all this on your shoulders, but he doesn't need to be. With the two-headed monster you were talking about in the backfield with Barnett and Swinehart, Hardaway doesn't have to really be that type of quarterback. Coming in this year, into this game, 1,400 yards for him, 8 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. His counterpart, K.J. Riley, who really likes to throw the football as well, 1,300 yards on the season. He's a guy that's thrown 8 interceptions, however. So Shepherd, you talked about Shepherd's secondary, and a good opportunity to get some more momentum today and try to force some turnovers.
Yeah, both of these teams have quarterbacks in the top 5 in the PSAC in passing yards. Now, you could chalk some of that up to playing from behind, game script, things like that. But overall, these are teams that can do both. And like you said, with Hardaway, if they can get the run game going, play action off of it, and the receivers for Shepherd so far this year have been pretty impressive with Batten and Malachi Brown and Jane Ashby as well. And even Kason Lanza at tight end getting some catches in there as well, which is different from the last couple of years, tight ends getting targets. But overall, I think Shepherd looking to build momentum, but Bloomsburg doing the same. They're homecoming. We'll see what happens.
All right, we'll break down the game a little bit more later on in the pregame show. Next, we will hear from Shepherd head coach Ernie Mcook. The pregame brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater, networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call them at 304-350-1931. Head coach Ernie Mcook coming up next. This is Shepherd Ram Football on TV 10.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. We have been challenged to sell 20 new and used vehicles each and every day for the rest of the year. This means you save thousands. Hagerstown Ford is the largest Ford store on the I-81 corridor, ranked among the top dealerships in the country in sales volume and customer satisfaction. If you are even thinking about buying a new car, now is the time. Visit HagerstownFord.com and choose your new ride, and we will bring it to you. You will sign all the documents from your phone and skip that awful finance process that consumes your entire day in the dealership. Let's recap. Hagerstown Ford must sell 20 vehicles a day. You will sign all the documents from your phone on your time. We will bring your new ride to you, and you're done. It's that easy. If you don't like it, return it. Our return policy is better than Walmart, and our buying experience is better than Amazon. And you save thousands. Hagerstown Ford is the #1 Ford store from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C., from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland. Now, we want to be the #1 Ford store in the nation.
Hagerstown Ford, right off Interstate 81, across from the Valley Mall.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Did you know a fully loaded truck weighs 80,000 pounds?
I do know that they can cause a lot of damage in a wreck.
Over 40,000 people die every year in crashes.
And distracted driving is getting even worse.
I wish we had better ways to prevent distracted driving.
Me too. But one thing we can do is help people who've been injured in car and truck accidents.
Hurting almost heaven? Dial the 7s. 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
We welcome you back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. Our pregame coaches interview is brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road. They became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Here with Shepherd Rams head coach Ernie Mcook. Coach, second win in a row on Saturday. Got things going against Westchester. They did end up missing their starting quarterback, but for your team, what'd you like in that win?
You know what? I thought we had some really flashes of really solid football play in all three phases. I did like that. I like the ability to come out fast. I thought we had a fast start. We put them under pressure early. We were able to, I thought, control the first quarter. I was disappointed that we weren't able to put the ball in the end zone on that first drive. That was obviously disappointing to us. But all in all, our team showed a lot of grit, fighting to the end and finding a way to win.
Felt like one of the better defensive performances for you guys. You got 4 sacks off the quarterback for Westchester. What'd you like from the defensive line and just the defense in general?
You know, I thought the defense did a great job applying pressure to the quarterback and putting him under a lot of making them uncomfortable and making them able to stop the run. I thought our defense played extremely well with the pressures, the blitzes that they had. But stopping the run and putting pressure on the quarterback really did some great things for us.
Ended up being a close one, came down to the final possession in the end. What do you think are some things that you could still clean up from that one?
Well, I think obviously we got to score when we're in the red zone. I think we were 50% in red zone chances, which is disappointing. We have to do a better job there. We have to be solid in the kicking game. That means we got to be able to make field goals when we take them. And if we're inside the one and we go for it, we've got to be able to punch it in. I think those are two things. And the other thing is I think we got to take care of the football. The turnovers killed us. The fumble down in the red zone at the far end set up a touchdown for them in the interception. If we're going to be a competitive football team and we're going to be able to win football games that we want to win, we've got to take care of the football. We've got to be able to run the football effectively, play great on defense, stop the run, make teams one-dimensional, and when they do throw the ball, make the quarterback uncomfortable.
Got Bloomsburg coming up this week. They're off to a shaky first half of the season, but they are on a 2-game win streak against you guys. What are you seeing from Bloomsburg this year that you're going to have to focus on?
Bloomsburg's a really gritty football team. I think they play great on defense. They've caused us a bunch of problems over the last couple of years defensively and made it very hard on us. I think they do a great job of running to the football, getting off blocks. They're a well-coached team. Frank Sheptock does a tremendous job. Offensively, they have a really complicated run game that is going to really mess your eyes up on defense. So we've got to be disciplined on defense, fit our gaps, and make the ordinary play extraordinary.
I know when we talk to high school coaches, they'll talk a lot about those different, unique, complicated run games, and it can be hard to even practice against. So what is that like going into a week against a run game like that you don't see against a bunch of other teams?
It is tough. I think our coaches do a good job of preparing the scout teams to give the best look possible. You know, it does take a lot of work on everybody's part, every coach, every player, everybody involved in a practice and the preparation, but it's something we've been doing for a long time.
The run game's been going really well for you guys still. Another big day for Barnett this past Saturday. What do you think have been the things that you've continued doing in the run game that have allowed you guys to be able to control the clock at times on offense?
I think we've been very consistent with Jordan and Grant both. I think they've done a great job. I think the offensive line's been really solid. And when we've needed to make throws, Michael has done a nice job getting the ball out. You know, if you look at, I think we have great balance on offense, and having balance on offense allows you to throw and run without, without the team leaning on it. And so I think that's helped our run game. I think the receivers are doing a great job blocking on the perimeter. So I think you're seeing a complete team with balance on offense has helped us have the success we're having.
And finally, for Bloomsburg, what do you feel like will be the one or two big things that can get you guys the win?
I think we cannot turn the football over. We have to be able to score when we're in the red zone, and we have to not give up the big play.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time and good luck.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Once again, our pregame coaches interview is brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first, Parsons. We'll be back with more on the other side of this break. This is Shepherd University Football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
You feel that in the air? The precision passes of expletives thrown from a jersey-clad warrior to his TV, his dog, or anyone that'll listen. It's time for tailgating and showing off those parking lot picnics. Just remember, when you come out of the fourth quarter to 5 new dents, remember Cody's Auto Body is your MVP. I can erase those dents, just not the memory of your team's awful record. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body. That's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons number one for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became number one by making you number one first. Parsons.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee Wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling. rocks local market.
Hello, Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare insurance agency. We are celebrating our 20th anniversary this year. The Medicare annual enrollment period is here. Medicare plans have changed drastically this year. We are here to help you with a no-charge review of your coverage. Don't get taken advantage of by a call center. Call us at 304-283-0864. Stay local with Bodwell Insurance Solutions.
Welcome back into the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. We're just about 16 minutes away from kickoff here at Redmond Stadium. It's the Bloomsburg Huskies welcoming in our Shepherd University Rams. Dylan, one thing that you look at in this game, and you look at defensively for Bloomsburg, 2 fumble recoveries and 2 interceptions, while on the offensive side of the football, throwing 8 interceptions. Turnovers are going to be big in every game, but it feels like this game they could really swing the pendulum one way or the other.
Coach McCook talks a lot about winning the turnover battle, and I think that is obviously going to be a big thing here today with how Bloomsburg has done this year, and with the way Bloomsburg likes to run the ball. You heard from Coach McCook, you'll hear from Clayton Batten here after this break, that they have a lot of motion in the backfield. They like to run the ball a lot, so it's going to be really important for these DBs to be aware, have good eye discipline, and make sure that if they try to break on a ball for an interception, that they don't have a wide receiver going over their head for a touchdown.
All right, you talked about it. Let's do it. Let's hear from Mike Hardyway and Clayton Batten on the backside of this break. Hear their thoughts on the big win last week and what they see in Bloomsburg coming up here in just about 15 minutes. We are back after this. This is Shepherd Ram Football on TV 10.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Get ready. The Floor Pools Hot Tub Expo is happening October 23rd through the 26th, and it's bigger than ever. Enjoy massive factory discounts on hot tubs from all top brands, including Hot Spring, the #1 rated hot tub. They've got plenty of hot tubs in stock, ready to roll and ready to relax you. Whether you're looking to soak away stress, crank up the jets, or take your backyard to the next level, now's the time to make it happen. Join Floor Pools at any of their 3 locations, Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg, for the best deals of the season. Don't wait. The deals are hot and the tubs are even hotter. It's the Floor Pools Hot Tub Expo, October 23rd through the 26th. Get all the details at SpaExpoTristate.com. And while you're there, check out the saunas, swim spas, and cold plunges, all at great discounted prices. Floor Pools, the best hot tubs at the best discounts.
Someone asked me, who's the brains behind Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers?
And what did you say?
I said it was a team effort. Everyone works together to win for our clients.
Well, that's true and very noble of you.
But I could still beat you in cornhole.
You're on. If you're hurt and almost heaven, dial the 7s. 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
Our player interviews are brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or give them a call at 304-263-4343.
Here at Shepherd Rams quarterback Michael Hardyway. Michael, you guys got the second win in a row on Saturday against Westchester. First of all, how's it been feeling in the locker room now that you're on a 2-game win streak?
A lot better. I mean, like I said before, winning is hard, and when you win games, it feels good. And we've been doing it collectively as a team, all 3 phases.
And specifically from that game, what did you feel like were some of the things on offense that were really going well for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's always good when we establish a run game and that sort of deal. So when you do those, open it up. I myself, I feel like I can definitely, obviously, turnovers, you want to chew back on those, but doing a better job of me. But this past game, like I said, all 3 phases, they help pick them up. And as a quarterback, when you got playmakers outside that make it, and special teams and defense doing their job easy, it helps pick me up. But I definitely put them in a hard position a couple times, but we came together as a group and did a good job.
Where do you feel like are a couple areas that you feel like still want to improve the most on as the season goes on?
Yeah, turnovers. Like I said, I've had too many myself. No matter how many games, turnover ball is it's bad. It puts our defense, it puts the special teams, it puts the rest of the offense in a tough position. But then also being able quicker at the line, getting to our checks, and then putting us in a position to succeed. Whether that's the right play, right alignment, just make sure everybody's on the same page so that when we execute the play, everybody's ready to go.
Has there been a couple of things that the coaches have talked to you about? Has there been like a trend in your turnovers you felt like, or is it just a collection of things so far?
Just a collection of things. We preach protecting the ball on offense, and we know how valuable the ball is. We call it the ball is a program here and it's very true to it. We know when our defense gets turnovers for us, it's really big because it's another chance to score. But at the flip side of that, when we give the ball up or if we have a turnover, giving their offense a chance to score again, that's really big.
In the passing game, what has been some things that you guys have talked about, whether it's you, fellow players or coaches like McCook or Coach Ambrose, where you feel like things you can focus on that you guys are best at in the passing game?
Yeah, 100%. I think as the season goes on, everybody's getting reps at specific routes, everybody's getting reps at specific alignments, different coverages, that sort of deal, and everybody just continues to grow as their own athlete. So with me, whether that's timing, getting the ball out on time, and then also our receivers knowing the gaps as we get zone coverages or man, knowing how to win, and just establishing that. The more reps you get, obviously everybody's going to get better on that page. But it's pretty evident that we got a lot of ball playmakers, whether that's in the backfield, out wide, and even up front. I like to say we got playmakers up front because they do their job pretty well up front for the rest of us. So just letting the playmakers make plays.
Yeah. Defense stepped up on Saturday against Westchester, had the 4 sacks, got themselves an interception of their own. Yep. What does that mean for you guys when you're on the sideline watching the defense and make those big plays?
It's huge. It's huge. The image of one protects the image of all, and we say that we got to win together as a team. And that says all 3 phases. And when you come out and the defense makes plays like that and gives us the ball back, makes crucial stops no matter the situation at all, it takes some pressure off of us. But like I said, we cut back on turnovers. We aren't necessarily in that position. But our defense is great. They have been all year, and they've been making plays, and look forward to more.
You're playing here as a graduate transfer from Bucknell. Coach McCook told me that while you were there, you got the opportunity to play after an injury to the starting quarterback. Yep. And through the season, it sounds like that you guys want to get some looks at Ezra and Sigler behind you. So what's that been like in the QB room when it comes to having those younger guys under you that you can teach some things to if here in some certain areas, and knowing that here and there, Coach McCook might even want to get them into the game?
Yeah, 100%. Our QB room is amazing. They're amazing people led by an amazing coach, Coach Keller, and we learn off of each other. It doesn't matter who's older, who's younger, who's played the most, who hasn't played at all. We continue to learn as a group, and when we correct one mistake, it speaks for everybody in the room, and I think anybody who coaches football and plays football knows that. But we just continue to learn off each other, and off the field, we're amazing. We eat together, spend time together, and just continue to grow as individuals.
I'll ask you about Bloomsburg coming up this Saturday. What have you seen from their defense that you feel like you guys need to focus on for getting another W?
Yeah, so they're extremely sound on defense, but we know them as a team in general. Regardless of the record, they're going to win games, and they're fighting all the way to the very end. This past weekend, even went to East Stroudsburg. You see them come to a close score with a great team in East Stroudsburg. But we know we just got to continue to play our game, and we're going to be all right. And like I said, just continue to have fun. Go out there and not be satisfied with 2, but continue to be 1-0 every week.
All right, Michael, thanks for the time and good luck.
Thank you.
Here with Shepherd Rams defensive back Clayton Batten. Clayton, Saturday you guys got the 2nd win in a row.
Yes, sir.
What's the feeling like in the locker room going on a 2-game win streak?
Amazing. First we went on a 0-4 streak. Now we on a 2-0 streak. It's always good to get a win, especially here at Shepherd Rams, and we got one off the road, so we off to a great start.
For you, had that punt return touchdown on Saturday. What did you see on that play? What was going through your head during that play?
Get the ball back to the offense mainly. Just get the ball back to the offense. That's what we preach during the special teams room. But then when you see open, you see daylight. I just took daylight. And if you go back and watch it, everybody blocked, everybody did their job, and it's up to me to make the plays.
And for you to be trusted with that responsibility of being the punt returner a lot of times and being able to make a big play out of it, what does it mean to you that you're given that responsibility?
It means a lot. It means that the coaches trust me on all 3 levels, that they can trust me. And not even only that the coaching can trust me, because the coaching can trust me to catch the ball, but I have to trust the guys around me, and I have full trust in them that I can catch the ball, and they will block at certain times and good moments and do their jobs. And for me to catch the ball with that much space, it's only a blessing.
On Saturday against Westchester, you guys, the defensive performance, 4 sacks of the quarterback. You guys got an interception on him as well. What did you feel like went well for you guys on the defensive side?
Defensive line mainly. Defensive line. It's wonderful to see sacks. I mean, the interception is cool. The PBUs and everything is cool, but without the D-line, you really can't do nothing to get him under pressure and to see him, like when you go back and watch film, to see him like really look that to the other side, like he wasn't even looking to my side, and the D-line made that happen. It's all love to the D-line. Without the D-line, there's nothing that we can really do.
What's the season been like for you when it comes to the defensive backs, guys moving in different spots, yourself included, and just the performance from the defensive backs in general? What do you think you guys are now compared to week 1 when it comes to the DBs?
Week 1 DBs, I mean, we were kind of like, because I was at corner, so we was kind of finding who we are. You know what I'm saying? As a DB group, we were trying to find who we are as a DB group, and I think it all came together. It's coming together, as you can see throughout the weeks. You can see it. Everybody's getting stronger in certain things, and everybody's getting stronger in another thing. I mean, the DB group is getting better. We're not perfect. We're never perfect, so we're getting better because it's not too many DB groups are just that perfect. So there's always room for growth, and I think the young guys, and me included, are getting better and better and better. And once we get to picture perfect, we're unstoppable.
I feel like when I've talked to other guys, it seemed like eyes and communication have been the big things you guys have been focusing on. Does that still feel like the biggest room for improvement? And where do you think the progress is in those particular areas?
It's always communication, eye discipline, because the league now, you got RP, you got run pass options, you got count, you got a lot of things where it can mess up your eyes, your mind, and you just got to communicate to see that. Now, once you get the communication down, now you got to read your keys, which has a lot of stuff to do with your eyes. And one wrong move with your eye discipline, and that can mess up touchdown. We're DBs. It's nobody behind us. D-line, they have the linebackers, and us behind them. Linebackers, they have us. Us is us in the end zone. So regardless of whatever we do, we have to be picture perfect and doing great in all discipline and have good discipline.
Bloomsburg on Saturday, what have you guys seen from them when it comes to their passing game or just in general? Because Coach McCook just talked to him. He talked about their run game being a little more complicated than some other teams that they see. What have you seen from Bloomsburg that you guys have been focusing on?
Bloomsburg, like I said, the eye discipline. They do a lot of motions and a lot of RPO, a lot of doubles. They not a real passing team, but they can pass. So, like, you can never sleep on the passing game, because if you do, then it's touchdown. We're DBs. Key in on your details. But I've seen a lot of jets, a lot of motions, a lot of doubles passing. But all in all, it comes down to us. They can do the motions, they can do everything, but it comes down to the D-line, linebackers, and DBs. If we all do our job and go 1-0, we'll be perfectly fine.
All right, Clayton, thanks for the time and good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That player interview was brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors John Everson and Phil McCoy. You can stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or give them a call at 304-263-4343.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, Private Wealth Advisor with the Marius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Honda of Winchester takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors, and good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Honda of Winchester, owners just care more about you.
Sometimes our customers face circumstances that stretch their financial resources. At West Virginia American Water, we're here to help. Our customer assistance program can keep your life flowing by providing one-time assistant grants of up to $500, payment installment plans, and budget billing to provide predictable monthly bills. We also offer discounts of 20% for qualified low-income customers. To learn more about our customer assistant programs, visit westvirginiaamwater.com.
And we welcome you back into Danny Hale Field at Redmond Stadium. Shepherd University Rams taking on the Bloomsburg University Huskies. Captains meeting at midfield for the coin toss, and it's time for us to get into our keys to the game, brought to you by CMA Chevy and Toyota of Martinsburg. All in one convenient location at 650 Foxcroft Avenue in Martinsburg, where owners just care more.
For Bloomsburg, it's going to be slowing down the Shepherd run game between Jordan Barnett and Grant Swinehart, trying to make Shepherd a little more one-dimensional. And on the Shepherd side, the defensive back communication and eye discipline. Bloomsburg is going to bring a lot of motion in that backfield before the snap and even after the snap. Can you guys have your eyes in the right place, communicate well, know your coverages, so you don't blow a coverage and give up a long touchdown over the top?
Coin toss is done. Bloomsburg has deferred, which means Shepherd is going to get the football first to start this one, as we are just moments away from kickoff here in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. The pregame show was brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater networking, audio video distribution, and more. Call them at 304-350-1931. And Dylan, we were talking with the Bloomsburg radio crew, and kicking might also be a point of interest today. Apparently, Bloomsburg a little banged up at the kicking position, and it looks like, once again, Max Barba not going to be in uniform today for the Rams, so it's going to be Keith Baker.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Shepherd's had some struggles there with Baker in it kicking, and apparently Bloomsburg, even at the 20-yard line in the red zone, might consider going for it on fourth down with their kicking game.
Yeah, we were told the 20-yard line, they're going to actually have to look at it. So we'll see how much that plays in. It's been a season of special teams, it seems like, around the PSAC. I know just a few weeks ago we were at Millersville, and their backup middle linebacker was their third-string long snapper just because he did it in high school. So it's just one of those fun little quirks of Division II football. You never quite know what you were going to get from game to game.
All three phases.
All three phases. You are absolutely right about that one. Shepherd in the visiting white uniforms today with blue numbers, blue pants, and the blue and gold helmet as usual. And for Bloomsburg, they are in the all grays, apparently some gray and black digital camo on their jerseys today, and black helmets with a what looks like chrome decal on the side of them. Can't quite make out what the decal is from here, but definitely reflecting off of that as we are just about ready for action. Bloomsburg has it set at the 35-yard line. We are underway. A low line drive kick bouncing at the 10-yard line. That's where the return is going to start. It's Nickens' year across the 25 to the 30. Cuts back to the near side of the 35-yard line before he is taken down. Shepherd's offense going to start with the football and trying to make a statement early in this one. Winners of 2 straight, facing a Bloomsburg team with just 1 win on the season. Today's opening kickoff is brought to you by Brown Funeral Home and Cremation, Robert Field & Sons, a family-owned full-service funeral home proudly serving the area since 1880. Hardyway by himself in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Kaysen Lanza is the tight end. Hardaway back to pass, looking across the middle. That one caught across the middle by Nickens' year. He's into Bloomsburg territory, and he is going to take it all the way. 10-5, and how about that start for the Rams?
Unbelievable. Coming out an empty set when we talk about Shepherd having a 2-headed monster at running back. Jordan Barnett could be a PSAC East Offensive Player of the Year candidate. On the right side, they're running a dagger concept. Kaysen Lanza in the slot runs straight up the field a streak, and it's a deep in route from Nickens Yazir. And Kaysen Lanza clears out that area of the field. Yazir's wide open, and using that speed.
And how about that for just his third reception of the year? Extra point is up, and it knuckles through. So how about that? Just 18 seconds into the game, and the Rams lead Bloomsburg 7-0. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee Wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Rocks Local Market.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
14:42 remaining in quarter number one. Shepherd leads Bloomsburg 7-0. Kicking team on is handling the kickoffs once again today is Sam Collins. We saw him handling these same duties last week in the win against Westchester. So it'll be Baker on the field goals and extra points, and Collins, apparently a little bit stronger leg, going to handle those kickoffs for the Rams. 2 return men for Bloomsburg, standing at the 5 in the goal line. This one, a kick pushed to the right side. The return starting at the 10-yard line across the 15 to the 20. Cut back to the near side to the 24-yard line is where the return man is taken down. And let's see what kind of sparks Bloomsburg can have on their first offensive drive.
We had something unexpected from Shepherd on their first play. Let's see what happens.
The referee's having a conversation. Shepherd pointing as if that ball came loose. And the referees are going to have a conversation right at the 25-yard line. Okay. Shepherd's kickoff team pointing as if that ball came loose, and it should be their football. First down Bloomsburg is the call from our head referee, so apparently down by contact.
They had to talk it out.
Riley going to start in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers to this near side, 1 to the far side. Running back is Clancy to his left. Man coming in motion. There is the snap and a little give up the middle to Clancy. He gets across the 25-yard line before being stood up at the 27 by a host of Shepherd tacklers.
You could see on that play, bringing the slot receiver in motion. I think that's where we're going to see a lot of Bloomsburg turning some of these plays out of the spread into some triple option type looks.
Wolf was that man coming in motion. It's really a 3-headed monster at receiver for Bloomsburg. We'll get into that as the game continues. It is Riley once again in the shotgun formation. This time a quick out to the near side. Receiver catches it, turning upfield at the 30-yard line, and on that reception, and number 17, Alex Achenbach on the reception. Looks like about a yard short of the line to gain. Brings up 3rd down for the Huskies.
Early whistle.
Early whistle is, looks like they're resetting the chains on the Shepherd sideline.
Right. Smart offense to open up from Bloomsburg. Get some quick hitters when you think early in the game you're probably not going to see a whole lot of pressure looks from a defense on that second drive.
Wolf, the far side receiver, is an adjustment of the offense right now for Bloomsburg. First 3rd down of this football game. It's a short one, just 3rd and 1. Riley give up the middle to Clancy. He's got the first down and more as he's taken down to the 39-yard line. First down, Huskies.
Offensive line opens things up in the middle for Clancy to run through, and no linebacker there filling that gap, maybe distracted by the motion.
Clayton Batten on the tackle. Batten, the game-sealing interception last week. Initially taken back to the house, but a taunting penalty called on that play. So he did not get credit for the touchdown. The give up the middle again is to Clancy. He crosses the 40-yard line and a little bit more on the first down carry. Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8 coming up for Bloomsburg as they are trying to establish the run early.
You saw that time Kalen Jean for Shepherd coming off the edge from the right side, away from the play. Already seen a little bit of adjustment from Coach Klein.
Bloomsburg definitely taking their time on offense, playing at their own pace, and right now doing enough to move the chains. 2nd down and 8 for the Husky man. In motion, play action pass across the middle. That one's picked off by Shepherd. Return man across the 40, inside the 40, into Bloomsburg territory, 30-yard line, down at the 25. And how about that for Will Johnson? Good pick for Johnson, and Shepherd's offense going to get the football back.
It looked like Bloomsburg was going for a pop pass off of the play action that time, and I think Eichenbach, the wide receiver that was kind of condensed on the formation, got caught up on a block and didn't come off down the field at the speed or at the timing that he wanted to. So the throw was just over his head.
3rd interception for Johnson on the year, 9th thrown by Riley. We talked about that in the pregame show. Turnovers. That is what Riley's MO has been this year. The give up the middle on 1st down is to Barnett as he barrels inside the 20-yard line down to the 18. Good run on 1st down for the Rams. 2nd down and medium coming up.
Can't ask for much of a better start. And then on offense, your very second play, 6-yard gain for Barnett, who's averaging 7.6 yards per carry on the year.
Shepherd's first snap from the red zone today, up 7-0 as we have 11:30 to play in the opening quarter of this one. Hardyway, little swing, that's Nickens' year again. He gets inside the 15-yard line before taken down at the 10 out of bounds. And Carrington, Nickens' year, have yourself a first quarter so far, sir.
It's clearly a prerogative of the Shepherd offensive coaching staff to get Nickens' year more involved on offense here early. I mean, you see him return kicks and punts, and he has great athleticism and speed in the open space, so I'd say it's a good idea.
Yeah, doubled his output now already, as that'll go down as a reception on how they put those plays in the stat column. Just 2 catches coming into the game. He's now got 2 in this game. Shotgun snap for Hardyway. A quick out, and that is over the head of the intended receiver. That was Batten on the quick swing route, but goes over his head. Brings up 3rd down for Shepherd. Or 2nd down for Shepherd.
And you got 1st and goal about as long as it could be before that play. Right at the 10-yard line. And, yeah, just an overthrow from Hardyway there.
2nd down and goal. Ball at the 10-yard line, right side hash. Power pistol formation. The give is to Barnett. He goes in the middle of the field, gets to the 5-yard line before he is taken down. They'll say down at the 6. Brings up now 3rd down for the Rams.
6 offensive linemen in on that snap. Got E.J. Hendricks, who's coming off now. Trying to barrel through with Barnett.
And Shepherd looking like a line change here. If we're watching hockey for a second, you saw 5 or 6 guys go off the field and 5 or 6 more come on.
I think Jason Williams was another one that was coming off there, not a usual starter.
Swinehart in the game. First time we've seen him at running back. Pistol formation as Roman Pearson comes in motion. Play action bootleg to the near side. Hardyway looking in the end zone, and that one dropped in the end zone. It was Ashby who had it momentarily and couldn't bring it in. 4th down coming up for the Rams.
Got to bring that one in. That's a nice throw from Hardyway. Right in the hands.
A lot of motion early in this game offensively for Shepherd. Just a bootleg to the near side, and Ashby had the defenders by a step. Like you said, one he's just got to find a way to bring in. Heath Baker on for the field goal attempt. This one a 24-yard attempt. Kick is off the left foot of Baker. It is up and good. 9:57 remaining in quarter number 1. The Rams lead Bloomsburg 10-0. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors, and good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, owners just care more about you.
Xavier Diaz and Eli Zimmerman, the two return men for Bloomsburg. They stand at the 5-yard line and right at the goal line. Shepherd's lead 10-0 over Bloomsburg. It is Hall of Fame Day and homecoming for the Huskies. And right now the fans in attendance scratching their head as this one is gone Shepherd's way early. Beautiful day for football in northern Pennsylvania. Sam Collins setting that football on the tee at the 35-yard line. And for Shepherd's offense, obviously you would love 7 on that drive, but I don't think you can ask for a much better start, moving the football pretty well, Dylan.
Yeah, absolutely. First play touchdown, first play from scrimmage of the game, interception on the first drive for your defense, puts you in field goal range immediately. You at least get the 3 points out of it, but you did drop a touchdown.
Collins on the approach. This one sent towards Zimmerman, who has to go through his hands to the 4-yard line. He's able to pick it up and cross the 15. Goes to the far side of the 20, 25, 30. He's got some room up to the 35-yard line before he is pushed out of bounds. And take a deep breath, Bloomsburg fans. That one went from bad to, hey, nice return, kid.
That's tough from the kickoff team of Shepherd. They'll have a start to the play like that, and you still let them get to the 35. I don't know if some of the guys slowed down when they saw the drop, but you got to get there sooner. You got to make the Huskies start this around the 20.
First down and 10, ball at the 35-yard line for Bloomsburg. Far hash is where the ball will get snapped. One receiver to each side of the formation. And Riley under center, showing a bit of a jumbo package here. Quick man in motion. Now the give to Clancy right up the middle. He's to the 40-yard line before he's taken down. Gain of 5 on first down. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, I mentioned that on that first drive they were running some looks out of the spread that kind of looked like some triple option stuff. That one just straight up looked like Army or Navy right there out of the wishbone. I guess it'd be the flex bone.
Something you don't see often anymore with how much everybody likes to run the option out of the shotgun now and run the air raid offense, the run and gun. You don't see a whole lot of colleges, hey, let me get under center and let's run a traditional option offense. Now the shotgun formation. Read option, the give is to Clancy once again as he's across the 40-yard line up to the 42 before he's bottled up and taken down. And another third down for Bloomsburg. They converted on their first third down of the game on their first offensive possession. And both third downs for them have been relatively short. This one, 3rd down and 3. Their first one converting a 3rd down and 1.
See if they think they can pick this up on the ground. Riley's only thrown 2 passes, and one was to the other team.
2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Riley going to drop back to pass. He's going to take it himself up the middle, and he is stood up after a gain of just 1. 4th down coming up, and a good stand for the Shepherd defense. As the punt team comes on for Bloomsburg, they're going to kick it away.
Good coverage from Shepherd on the right side of their offensive formation as Riley tried to look to his right and throw a quick slant route, but I believe it was Reggie Snowden that had good coverage and covered up the slant.
And Riley will run it. He's carried the ball now 57 times on the year for 242 yards. So not a huge dual threat, but definitely able to use his legs. This one, a short punt off the side of the punter's foot. It goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line. And Shepherd, good starting field position for their 3rd offensive series of the day.
That's a nightmare start for Bloomsburg here in the first half of the first quarter, 1/8 of the way into the game, and Shepherd couldn't ask for much better.
Dannon LaRusso, the 6-foot sophomore doing the punting for the Huskies, and he's going to want that one back. Well, I'm surprised we didn't see him run immediately to the net and start kicking again as he jogged off the sideline shaking his head.
Well, you heard that the Bloomsburg kicking game might be interesting, but that was the field goal kicking game.
Yeah.
Adventures in special teams at the college level.
They're going to say that ball went out of bounds in the air at the 45-yard line. First down and 10 for the Rams. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Hardaway drops back to pass, looks left, now looking right, steps up in the pocket, and he's taken down, a loss of 5. Looks like a big 99 on the sack. That is Charles Shepard, the 6'2", 290-pound freshman. And freshmen making a big impact on this team. You see Shepard making the sack there. The 2 running backs you're going to see today for Bloomsburg, Clancy and Zimmerman, both of them freshmen. So some youngsters getting some quality plays and minutes so far for Bloomsburg this season. Pistol formation. They give his to Barnett. He cuts to the left across the 45. Turns upfield at the 50 and has enough for a first down, waiting to see where they say he stepped out of bounds. The 42-yard line. Good game for Jordan Barnett, and you're used to seeing that speed when he hits the left side. That is his favorite direction to go on the field. Cutting to the left side, and you see the explosive speed. You've seen 4 runs of 50-plus so far this year for Barnett, and as he goes, the offense tends to go.
I think that works well for Shepard. You have your best and most experienced offensive lineman on the right side. Your running back likes to cut it back to the left. It can work out.
First down and 10. Quick throw to the near side, but a flag thrown, and looks like a procedure penalty on the Rams. False start on Shepard. Push that ball back 5 yards, and we'll do first down again.
That's where penalties can kill you when you're a team that likes to run the ball as much as Shepard does. Putting you behind the chains gives you less opportunities to be in running situations.
Backs out of the backfield, making receptions. It's been Grant Swinehart for the most part this year. Barnett, not a guy that you're going to see doing that a whole lot, but that time out of necessity. Hardaway going through all his reads, and the only one there was Barnett. Second down and 10, ball at the 42-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the short side of the field. Hardaway back to pass, once again finds Barnett. He's inside the 40-yard line, cuts back to the middle of the field, down to the 34. And a gain of 8 on the second down reception. Brings up a manageable 3rd and 2 coming up for the Rams.
That was a good diagnosis pre-snap of the blitz by Hardaway. With the mug look, the linebacker right up in the A-gap. They bring him on the blitz. There's a stunt around from the defensive end. And zone blitz. Barnett open in the flat again.
See Lown coming in to the huddles. We see him a lot on more jumbo sets as a blocking tight end. Power pistol look as Roman Pearson comes towards the line. There's the give up the middle. Barnett avoids the first tackler, not cutting back to the near side. He's inside the 20-yard line, taking tacklers with him. Ball comes loose, and it looks like Bloomsburg fell on it from our angle. We'll see if one of the Rams was able to come up with it, and they do. Shepard catching a break. A good run by Jordan Barnett, but coughed it up on the way down. Luckily, Shepard able to fall on it. Back in the red zone. First down for the Rams from the 15-yard line.
And I could even see as Barnett got that second level, the way he had that ball in his left hand and kind of using his left shoulder to go into a defender. I had the thought of, please hold on to the ball.
Six gray jerseys right there, and Shepard somehow able to come up with the football. First down and 10. The give is to Swinehart, and he is bottled up in the backfield and taken down. Loss of 2 on the first down run. Second down and 12 for the Rams.
I think Bloomsburg guessed run that time on first down, and they guessed right. Just blew through the offensive line.
3:38 remaining in quarter number 1. Shepard a 10-0 lead. Looking for their 3rd straight win and their 3rd overall on the season. Second down and 12. Ball at the 17-yard line. It is Swinehart to the right of Hardaway in the shotgun formation. Hardaway back to pass, and a miscommunication. Roman Pearson cut in. Hardaway was expecting him on an out route at the 10-yard line. Falls harmlessly to the ground. Brings up a 3rd down and 12.
Roman Pearson, one of the less experienced wide receivers on the team in terms of who gets on the field and who has played the most snaps. So it kind of looked like, I don't know if he expected him to sit down or go to the sideline, but yeah, Pearson breaks in towards the middle of the field.
Good crowd on hand here at Redmond Stadium as they get loud for a 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 12 for the Rams. Hardyway, back to pass, fires across the middle. That one caught by Batten. He's inside the 5. That's enough for a 1st down. Shakes one tackler, dives towards the pylon. Our referee on the far side going to say out of bounds at the 2-yard line, but a good catch and run for Cordell Batten. 1st down Rams, 1st and goal Shepherd.
3rd and long, I think Bloomsburg just dropped back in coverage, soft zone, and nobody underneath short to guard Batten, keep him from getting that ball, and he had room to work with, and he is fast. He can make a play like that. Big-time play to keep this drive alive.
Barnett stands behind Hardyway in the shotgun formation. Roman Pearson comes in towards the line of scrimmage. They give his to Barnett right at the middle, lowers his shoulder near the goal line, and he is stopped a yard short. 2nd and goal from the 1 upcoming for the Rams.
Looks like they're going to go even heavier. Or see 2 linemen check out. May have been a lineman and a tight end check in. I think they went to the 6 offensive linemen look again.
Shepherd looking like they're questioning personnel a little bit. As Case and Lanza started to jog towards the huddle and then quickly got pulled back.
I say go to the well again. See if Barnett can get in.
Same formation. Jumbo towards the near side here. It's going to be a pitch to Barnett. Cuts back to the middle of the field. Lowers his shoulder at the goal line. And he is a Shepherd Ram touchdown. Started to the outside. Planted his foot at about the 3. And cut upfield, lowering that shoulder and falling across the goal line. And Barnett puts Shepherd up 16-0. Extra point coming up.
But the outside route that time with Barnett. And when he gets ahead of steam, he is tough to just stifle right where he is and push backwards.
Extra point for Baker. Pulled to the right. We saw that a couple times last week, so the score remains 16-0, but Shepherd out in front in the first quarter of this one. 1:42 remaining in the opening quarter. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
After a car accident, call the local law firm that can give you the help you need right now.
Get more with Manchin Ferretti, the one with 115 years of combined experience fighting for West Virginia accident victims. Get more with Manchin Ferretti.
The one that takes on the big insurance companies.
Get more with Manchin Ferretti. We're Manchin Ferretti.
After a car accident, we'll fight for every dollar you deserve. And if there's no recovery, there's no fee. So call right now.
Get more with Manchin Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Collins on for the kickoff for Shepherd. Diaz and Zimmerman stand at the 5-yard line and the goal line as the return men for the Huskies. 1:42 remaining in the opening quarter here from Bloomsburg. Shepherd leads 16-0, a 1-yard touchdown run for Jordan Barnett, giving us that 16-0 score. Collins approaches and a whistle and a timeout taken by Shepherd. Not something that you hear or see all that often is a timeout called on a kickoff, but Coach McCook called a timeout, and we'll take a 30-second break as well. Back after this is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
Remember all the sports we played when we were kids?
Oh yeah, swimming, tennis, basketball,
Football, soccer, track. I loved winning.
I still do.
Our competitive spirit is still going strong.
But now we use it to win for our clients. If you've been hurt in almost heaven,
call the Sevens, 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
first quarter of our Shepherd Ram action today, brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Visit them at Hagerstown Ford or online at HagerstownFord.com. Let's try this kickoff again. A timeout taken as Sam Collins was getting ready to approach his last attempt. Zimmerman and Diaz, the two return men for Bloomsburg. It's deja vu all over again. Collins ready and approach, and the kick is off. The far side, Diaz going to be the return man. He starts at the 1 yard line across the 15-yard line before cutting to this near side, and that is where he's taken down right at the 15. Good coverage for the Rams, and hey, maybe that's why you call a timeout on a kickoff.
It worked. Whatever problem they had, they fixed it. There you go.
Turnover and a punt. That is what Bloomsburg has done on their first two offensive drives of the game. Shepherd's defense starting strong. The offense doing much the same. 1:35 remaining in quarter number one. As Bloomsburg's done a very good job making it third and manageable for the most part in this game. Just not able to capitalize on some good drives. Pitch to the outside across the 20-yard line before being taken down near the 25.
Nine yards on it. That's a smart play there from Bloomsburg with how much motion they've had. A lot of it has just been a decoy for a run up the middle. That time they actually throw the toss, and Shepherd a little late getting over.
Brings up a 2nd down and 1. Again, showing that option look, give right up the middle. That's to Clancy as he crosses the 30-yard line up to the 32 and a first down, Bloomsburg.
That interior of the offensive line for Bloomsburg has done a very good job. Something you don't see very often is that Bloomsburg's heaviest offensive lineman as a starter is their center, Colin Higgins, at 6'1", 300 pounds.
Two receivers each side of the formation. Shotgun snap upcoming for Riley. Clancy to his left. Riley going to go with the quick out to the near side, and that one almost intercepted. Shepherd's starting strong in this one. In coverage, that was Chin Thompson, the defensive back, who almost made a miraculous one-handed catch. Incomplete pass and a dangerous now 2nd and 10 coming up for Bloomsburg.
You read the short out route from Bloomsburg in the slot very well. Broke on it super early. It was a quick decision to throw that ball by Riley.
Wojciechowski, the intended target on the near side. 2nd down and 10, ball 32-yard line. Shotgun snap for Riley. He's going to take it himself up the middle, little stutter step at the 35-yard line, and that's where he is taken down. Gain of 3 on the run, 3rd down and long, and a chance for Shepherd's defense to come up big once again in this game.
You see on those last two plays like why teams that are run heavy like to run it on first down, because incomplete pass, it's 2nd and 10. You're only getting 3 yards on the 2nd down. Now it's 3rd and long.
All right, we are through 1 quarter of play here from Redmond Stadium. Shepherd leads Bloomsburg 16-0. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
Quarter one is in the books. 16-0 is the Shepherd lead over Bloomsburg. So we welcome you back into TV 10 coverage of Shepherd Ram football. Second quarter of today's action brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one. First Parsons. And so far, it has been all Rams offensively, defensively. They have dominated this football game, Dylan.
They really have. You had that interception on the first possession by Bloomsburg, forcing a punt on their second possession. And so far, Shepherd with points on all three drives on their side of the ball.
3rd down and 6 for the Huskies out of the between-quarter break. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Riley in the shotgun formation. Clancy, the running back, to his left. Shepherd 4-down lineman not showing blitz immediately. They do rush 4. Riley back to pass. Rolling to his left. Going to keep it himself. Avoids one tackler. Gets across the 45-yard line and a good piece of running by K.J. Riley. 1st down Bloomsburg.
I think it was Clayton Batten that time that kind of showed a blitz for a second, then backed off, and it looked like he was the QB spy on that play, and then Riley just made him miss as he scrambled.
Yeah, we've seen Bloomsburg take their time offensively. Not in any hurry. It is Zimmerman the back now to the left of Riley. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Shotgun snap. And a option. The pitch is to Zimmerman, and it gets rid of the first tackler in the backfield. But another host of Rams, and that's Johnson, who throws him down. Forward progress stopped at the 44-yard line, so a loss of 2 brings up 2nd down and 12.
Great job stopping the speed option that time. You get your defensive end taking on the quarterback, and then the linebacker taking on the running back, and that time it was Aiden Willis that had that read all the way. He was the guy on the running back, pitch it to him, and he blew him up. Couldn't quite make the tackle, but slowed him down enough. The other guys on the Rams defense came through.
First quarter stats, Shepherd 16 plays, 141 yards. Bloomsburg ran 12 plays for just 46. Talk about the domination in the first quarter for Shepherd. The yardage shows as well. Shepherd going to rush 5 as Riley drops back to pass. Rush to his left, moving towards the line of scrimmage, now going to take it himself. He's into Shepherd territory as he gets inside the 40-yard line, and a fresh set of downs for the Huskies as he's finally pushed out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Well, the problem with blitzing sometimes can be if it doesn't get home, opens up a big play for the offense one way or the other. You rush 5, but it's one-on-one blocking for everybody on the offensive line. They all pick up their guy, and Riley has space to run.
Zimmerman the back next to Riley in the backfield. They give this to Zimmerman right up the middle. He's inside the 35-yard line and stood up at the 34. Gain of a few on 1st down. Brings up 2nd down and 7. And, Dylan, you look at a 1-5 record for Bloomsburg, and take away just 7 points against Shippensburg. This has been a team that has scored a lot of points this year, so a scoreless first quarter uncharacteristic for the Huskies.
And it's kind of been uncharacteristic for Shepherd's defense to not give up a lot of points, so progress so far.
Shotgun snap, play action pass for Riley. Looking over the middle, and that one falls incomplete. Batten trying to undercut that route. The intended target on the far side was Griffin Batchelor. First time we've called his name today, the leading receiver for this Husky team. And that one not in his vicinity at all.
Just enough pressure, pushing that pocket inward to have Riley kind of get off his spot, be uncomfortable. He's throwing that off of 1 foot, doesn't have his feet set, and it's off target.
3rd down and a long 7, a short 8. For the Huskies, 3rd down has been a commonplace for Bloomsburg in this football game so far. Little read option here as Riley going to keep it himself as he gets to the 30-yard line before being taken down. And like we've talked about a couple times in this game, a tough kicking situation for the Huskies today. As part of the field, I'm pretty confident we're going to see them go for this one.
Yeah, that's a play call that you run on 3rd down, knowing that you're going to go forward on 4th if it comes to it.
The offense does stay on the field. It is 4th and 2. Except knows the football just shy of the 29-yard line. Formation heavy to the right in terms of bodies. 2 receivers to the far side. There's the snap and the quick throw to the outside. Catch made at the 30-yard line and nowhere to go. The catch made by Griffin Batchelor at the 30 and just could not find a lane upfield. Turnover on downs. Shepherd Ram football.
Shepherd brings the blitz, and I think Bloomsburg saw that coming, tried to go with the screen pass to the outside, but it's a man blitz from Shepherd. Got one receiver trying to block. One guy out there. It's 2-on-2. The block was made, but then it's Uchenna Ibe that is able to get past that one-on-one wide receiver versus DB and make that play in the backfield or at the line of scrimmage. Great tackle to take the Shepherd defense off the field.
And Griffin Batchelor averaging about 19 yards a reception, 87 yards per game with 6 touchdowns this year. You can tell they're going to try to get him the football more, just not able to do it early in this one, and no lanes when he is able to make that reception on that 4th down play we just saw. Pistol formation. They give to Nick and Jazier on the far side. He's across the 35 to the 40. A spin move up near midfield. He's taken down at the 48-yard line and a good first down run and enough to move the chains. First down Rams.
And Nick and Jazier is kind of playing the Malachi Brown role out here because you're seeing Batten and Ashby out on the field. And for as good as Malachi Brown is, Nick and Jazier is a fantastic athlete too, and they are making the most of his touches so far.
Shifty, I think, is the word that comes to mind and what we've seen from him today.
Yeah.
Empty set for Hardyway. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the near side. Hardyway drops back to pass, dumps it over the middle, and almost intercepted. The intended target was Nick and Jazier. Right in the pass was linebacker Brady Thompson, who I think was surprised that football got to him. He never really made a play to catch the ball. It kind of hit off of his shoulder pads and the chest plate and fell to the ground.
He was still playing coverage. I don't know if he really saw Nick and Jazier until maybe the last second. Didn't know the ball was coming his way. And now that I mentioned Malachi Brown, I don't think I've seen him out
I have not
there.
seen a number 4 yet on offense. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Not seeing one on the sideline either. So he may be hurt.
2nd down and 10. Shepherd at their own 49. The pitch is to Swinehart to this near side. Turns up at the 50, and a flag comes in the area of a hold. So the 1-yard gain, I believe, is all for naught.
Long developing run play. Time for those linemen to have to hold that block as they're moving to the outside. I think somebody's getting called for it. Oh.
The options being talked about on the Bloomsburg sideline as we now get the call from our head referee. And that hold going to go on Lown, the tight end, and push that football back 10 yards. And let's redo 2nd down.
I think with the way that play turned out, it could be, I think, 3rd and 9 versus a 2nd and 20, not quite 20. It's kind of a toss-up on which one you want to take sometimes.
Ball pushed back to the 41-yard line. Again, an empty set for Hardyway. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Tight end on the right is Lanza. Caught by Roman Pearson as he avoids one tackler and gets into Bloomsburg territory and taken down at the 45-yard line. We've seen a lot more out of Roman Pearson, at least snap count-wise today. Now getting in the stat sheet with his first reception.
Only 4 catches for 33 yards on the season. We'll keep looking up and down the sideline for a number 4 in uniform, but I'm not seeing one, so I think Shepherd is without Malachi Brown today, and Roman Pearson and Nick Zazier are really coming through.
3rd down and 5 for the Rams. Ball at the 45-yard line. Shepherd in Husky territory. Pearson comes in motion. It's Swinehart in the backfield. Swinehart gets the carry and bottled up in the backfield and taken down for a loss of 2. 4th down for the Rams, and they're going to have to punt the football.
And number 55, Dylan Clare, comes clean through the middle of the offensive line. Now Clare, only a 6', 215 freshman. Big play for Bloomsburg's defense to get off the field.
Zimmerman, the return man, retreating back to the 5-yard line where he will stand, awaiting the kick of Deshaun Alexander, who stands at his own 39-yard line as the punt team gets in formation. Under 9 to play before half as Alexander gets that snap A high end-over-end kick that is going to bounce about 5 yards into the end zone for a touchback. Bloomsburg and their offense going to make their way back out onto the football field.
We'll see if they can get anything going, especially in the passing game, because obviously we see that Bloomsburg wants to be a run-first team, and they kind of tell. It looks like KJ Riley 1 for 3 so far. See if there's anything. 2 for 5 as my stats upload, but that's 2 for 5, 2 yards, and an interception.
Not stats you're going to write home about, that's for sure.
Yeah, so we'll see. Is there anything that Bloomsburg's offensive play caller can draw up to kind of get Riley in a rhythm?
Bloomsburg's offensive coordinator, Tim Landis, in his second season here at Bloomsburg as the offensive coordinator. Riley shotgun formation, 2 receivers to each side of the formation. He's going to keep it himself, a little play action, or read option, I should say, and that ball is loose inside the 20-yard line, and Shepherd football, their second takeaway of the day.
So I got to be a little enthusiastic in replacement of Travis Smith here. Ball!
Yeah.
And this time Shepherd comes up with it. There you go.
KJ Riley had crossed the 20-yard line. He was stood up right around the 22, and that ball came out. Shepherd quick to jump on it. And they're going to start this drive in the red zone, 20-yard line going in.
The Blooms were going power read that time, and it's off the jet sweep motion where the quarterback has the option to hand it off on that motion or keep it himself up the middle, and it looked like he was just trying to power forward for another yard or two, and ball gets popped out.
First down and 10, ball at the right hash, 20-yard line. Batten coming in motion. He is going to get the carry inside the 20, bouncing to the outside at the 15-yard line before he is taken down. Looking for a face mask, and I can't say I disagree with him. That tackle a little high.
Yeah.
Referees, no flag on the play. Gain of 5 on the little touch pass.
Nice lead block from Jordan Barnett. That time we know he can run the ball, but for him to be a 3-down back, he needs the block, and he needs to catch the ball. And we've seen him make a couple catches and pick up some extra yards, and that was a nice block from him. See if he can do the same in pass protection when he's asked to.
8:10 remaining on a running second quarter clock. Shepherd with the football, second down and 5 at the 15. Quick swing route. That's Baden who has it inside the 15, going towards the sideline and pushed out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Brings up third down and manageable for the Rams. 3rd down and 2.
Good read from Hardyway. RPO, it looked like, where he has the option to give it to Barnett. And Bloomsburg playing zone. Nobody coming down to immediately meet Batten on that bubble screen. Able to get it to him out in space and pick up a few yards.
You hear the noise from the Bloomsburg faithful right underneath of us. Again, it's homecoming and Hall of Fame day here at Redmond Stadium, so a packed house. Pistol formation. The give is to Barnett up the middle. He cuts to the near side of the 10-yard line, bounces off one tackler, and gets to the 5-yard line before he is taken out of bounds and down. And they might even give him inside that. Yep, they're going to say down at the 3. 1st and goal, Shepherd coming up. I think he crossed the 10-yard line about 3 different times on that run.
He is just a freight train. 6 foot, 225, redshirt junior. Got a little worried there because he got stopped right around the first down marker and then kind of pushed backwards off that stiff arm. But I have trust that he's going to win those battles with those DBs out on the edge.
Jumbo formation here. Power to the left as Barnett is the running back. He gets the carry right up the middle to his right and across the goal line from 3 yards out. It's a Shepherd Ram touchdown. And Shepherd leads 22-0. And right now a rout in the first half against Bloomsburg.
You can't play much better than this. At Bloomsburg on the season, we see their record only having 1 win in 6 games, but they've all been close losses outside of 1 game. Shepherd's absolutely dominating them.
Baker a missed extra point today already. Lefty on for the extra point. This one is up and through. 6:41 remaining before halftime. The Rams lead the Huskies 23-0. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
23-0, Shepherd leading Bloomsburg on the road, looking for their third straight win, their third win on the season. 6:41 remaining in quarter number 2. Diaz and Zimmerman, the two return men for Bloomsburg, as Sam Collins has to set the ball on the tee for a second time. Ball blown off the tee. Not incredibly windy conditions today. Beautiful day for football here in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. And right now it is all Rams.
The Shepherd averaging almost double what Bloomsburg is in yards per play, 7.68 to 3.9.
Zimmerman takes it a yard deep in the end zone. He's across the 15-yard line to the 20, cutting back to the near side, across the 30-yard line to the 35. Finally taken down right in front of his bench at the 40-yard line, and a good return for Eli Zimmerman in strong starting field position for the Huskies.
They've had a couple good returns. Offense hasn't really been able to do much with the good starting field position yet, but if the special teams will keep giving them opportunities, maybe eventually something will pan out of it.
Yeah, through 6 games so far this year, Bloomsburg averaging about 13 points in the first half. Right now being shut out 23-0. If there was ever a time for them to find their way into the end zone, you got to think that's the message on this drive. Riley back to pass, looking for a quick out. That one caught on the far side, leaning towards that first down marker, but a few yards short on the reception is Justin Wolf. I'll make that a 8, not a 0. That is Wojciechowski on the reception. I will say he stepped out much shorter than where he fell down.
Only about 5 yards.
Yeah, gain of 5 up to the 46-yard line. Second down and 5 coming up for Bloomsburg.
And you see the Huskies there passing on first down. That could be something that gets Riley going a little bit, passing when Shepherd's expecting the run.
Pitch on the outside, lowering his shoulder and now going out of bounds. That time, let's call it Justin Wolf, as that is a 0 on the carry. A gain of a few. Another third down coming up, as they're going to say just a gain of about 1.5 yards.
It was Will Johnson back from safety coming down to make that play. I think he read it. Second time that Bloomsburg's run that play. Far less successful this time.
Third down and a long 3 for the Huskies. One receiver to each side of the formation. Shotgun snap. They give up the middle and nowhere to go. It's Clancy on the carry. He lowers his shoulder to the 48-yard line, but nothing more. As fourth down coming up for Bloomsburg.
And it looked like there was a thought process on going for it. We had a solid 3 to 5 seconds there, but the offense was just standing looking at the sideline before the punt team run out. And I think that play, getting no gain, doesn't give you much confidence.
And Clancy usually running it at about 4 yards a pop. He's averaging 61 yards a game. Just hasn't been able to find his footing behind this offensive line today. LaRusso on to punt it away, standing back. The 15-yard line is bad, and that's where he's going to start his return. Took one to the house last week. Bring it to the near side. He's across the 15, lowering his shoulder and carrying tacklers across the 20-yard line before being taken down at the 22. Shepherd, 4 minutes and 26 seconds left to work with in the first half. They hold a 23-0 lead on the road against Bloomsburg. Plenty of time with 2 timeouts would be a absolutely perfect time for about a 4-minute and 20-second drive to cap off this great first half for the Rams.
Yeah. Clancy, it's kind of been all or nothing on his carries today. He is averaging 4 yards a carry. It's with a long of 8, but it's kind of felt like he's either gotten 7 or 1.
Pistol formation, Swinehart, the running back behind Hardaway. The give is to Swinehart, cuts to the near side across the 25-yard line, and that's where he is brought down, and a late flag coming in the backfield. Waiting to see what this call is from our head official. Away from the play. As it was thrown in the backfield on Swinehart's run to the near side. And it is a hold on Shepherd. Second time today, one of the tight ends has been called for a hold. This time going to go on Brian Jester.
Yeah, I think the backside of the play. Just making sure that nobody came in from that backside. And it's another long developing play. It was a nice bounce outside by Swinehart.
Brings up first down and 20. As that ball gets pushed back 10 yards back to the 12-yard line. Shepherd deep in their own territory. 4:04 on a running second quarter clock. 3 receivers to the far side of the formation. Swinehart in the backfield with Hardaway. Hardaway takes a snap. Looking right. Hits Case and lands at the 15-yard line. He turns upfield at the 20, taking tacklers with him across the 25-yard line. Finally taken down at the 26, and a good gain on first down for Lands. The first time we've called his name today, and a guy that has been improving each and every game this year.
Absolutely. Being able to get him out in space, big body with some good athleticism, to get him rolling. Again, those 3 wide receivers on that right side, all kind of going deeper down the field. Lanza lined up in line on the left side, just runs a drag route across. Zone coverage leaves that part of the field open.
Gains 14 on the first down catch and run. Second down and 6, ball at the 26-yard line. Hardaway back to pass. Again, just going to dump it over the middle. This time Ashby with the receptions across the 30-yard line and stood up at the 35-yard line. And enough for a first down, but a flag coming in the secondary.
I wouldn't doubt if this is offensive pass interference, because I think this play is designed to be a sort of tunnel screen. They're picking it up. All right.
Referees talk about it, and if you're a Shepherd fan, made the perfect call. If you're a Bloomsburg fan, what are you picking that up for? First down, Shepherd on the catch and run by Jaden Ashby.
When I saw the flag, I kind of figured what it was when I saw the play developing, but I didn't notice any illegal blocking, so I think that back judge kind of had the feeling that maybe that play took a little too long to develop. Some of those blocks started before the catch.
Whistles blow, and 2:51 is where the clock will stop, and a timeout on the field. We will take a 30-second break with them as well. 23-0, Shepherd leads Bloomsburg. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
Sometimes our customers face circumstances that stretch their financial resources. At West Virginia American Water, we're here to help. Our customer assistance program can keep your life flowing by providing one-time assistant grants of up to $500, payment installment plans, and budget billing to provide predictable monthly bills. We also offer discounts of 20% for qualified low-income customers. To learn more about our customer assistant programs, visit westvirginiaamwater.com.
Welcome back in. This is our referee telling us a challenge on the field. Bloomsburg challenging the last play, so no timeout taken unless they are charged one after this. And if you're Shepherd, you're just assuming that the call's going to get reversed, because that's what has happened on every challenge so far this year. The Rams unlucky when the referees go to the review booth. Coming up at halftime, we will have stats and analysis from the first half of this one. Hopefully talking about Shepherd being up at least 26-0 before the halftime break. Still 2 minutes and 51 seconds left before that. We'll also send it back to the studio where Kyler High will have the halftime scoreboard show with scores from around the PSAC, the Mountain East, and Division I games of interest is the Mountaineers, currently in action, taking on UCF today. We'll get some updates from that one as well, all coming up at halftime.
I'm watching our replay of this, and I still got to maybe go back a time or two to see, but I think it's close.
Shepherd will return home next week as they take on East Stroudsburg, homecoming at Ram Stadium. And then Shippensburg at home to follow. Rolling on the field is upheld, so Bloomsburg going to be charged a timeout. No harm, no foul for Shepherd, and let's try this first down again with 2:51 remaining before the half.
You're really slowing down the replay. It looks like Kaysen Lanza starts to engage in a block pretty much right after the ball leaves the hand of Hardyway. I'm not sure if that was the original thought process of the officials. And that's what got upheld. That's what I saw. I'd have to really look at the language of the offensive pass interference rule to know for sure if that's the right call.
Well, the referees believe it was a clean play.
We'll go with it. Yeah, they looked at it. They got to slow it down like we did.
Play clock starts. First down and 10, ball at the 36-yard line. Shepherd in their own territory. Bunched to the right side of the formation. Ashley by himself on the left side. A pitch to Swinehart as he starts at the middle, not cutting back to the near side. He's across the 45 into Bloomsburg territory. Taken down at the 47-yard line. That's enough to move the chains. It's a first down, Shepherd.
I really like that play design there where you're pitching it to Grant Swinehart. And usually on a pitch play, whatever direction the running back is going, you think that's where he's going to continue to go. But the play is designed to have that cutback option. And Swinehart took it, and it was open. A great run down the field.
2:22, 2:21 remaining in quarter number 2. Shepherd with a fresh set of downs in Husky territory, ball at the 46-yard line. Shotgun formation for Hardyway. Looking to his right, nowhere to go. Going to be flushed to the right and chased down in the backfield. Sack, that is linebacker Izzy Dobbins on the sack for the Huskies. And as the clock hits 2 minutes, we will step aside for the 2-minute timeout. 23-0, Shepherd leads Bloomsburg. This is Shepherd Ram Football on TV 10.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Fort Evans Archery of Inwood is your local full-service archery pro shop with sales and setup, maintenance, repairs, and sight-ins. Fort Evans Archery is a full-stocking dealer for all your favorites like Hoyt, Matthews, Elite, Bowtech, Mission, and Bear, with crossbows from Raven, 10-point, Barnett, and Excalibur. And Fort Evans Archery has a sight range out to 60 yards. Fort Evans Archery, 998 Arden-Melville Road, Suite 2, Inwood, open Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. until 6, Saturdays 9:30 to 4. FortEvansArchery.com.
2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Shepherd leads Bloomsburg 23-0. Dobbins on the sack of Hardyway, a loss of 10 on first down. Shepherd pushed back into their own territory, ball at the 44-yard line for the Rams. Still a lot of field to go.
It looked to me like Bloomsburg rushed 6 on that play, but it still ended up being a coverage sack. Shepherd picked up the blitz pretty well, but just so much time for Bloomsburg to get back to Hardyway while nobody got open.
Each team with 2 timeouts left. If Bloom able to get a stop here of short yardage on second down, wondering if they're going to use that second timeout. Pistol formation, Hardyway back to pass, looking over the middle, nowhere to go. He's going to fire it deep at the 40-yard line and in and out of the hands of Jaden Ashby, and he took a lick on that one.
Yeah, 15 yards down the field, a crossing route, trying to fit it into a window over top of the cloud defender and underneath of the deep safety or the deep third of the corner. Hung in the air just a little too long.
And no doubt that Ashby going to take his helmet off and go take a seat after that one. He took a lick at the 37-yard line. Third down and 20 now for the Rams. Hardaway by himself in the shotgun formation, 2 receivers to each side of the formation. See what Rob Ambrose has dialed up on a 3rd and 20 for the Rams. Hardaway back to pass. Looking downfield, that one incomplete at the 42-yard line. Never quite got to the intended receiver. That was Nicholson, the intended target on the near side. And Bloomsburg not having to use any of their 2 remaining timeouts and a minute and 46 left. They're going to get another opportunity to try to score in the first half of this one before halftime.
I think you got to be a little more cognizant of the time and situation on a play like that, where even if you complete that pass, it's probably 4th and 8. And they dropped 8 in the coverage that time. Maybe scramble for a few yards, make Bloomsburg use one of those timeouts.
Eli Zimmerman stands at the 9-yard line awaiting the punt off the right foot of Deshaun Alexander. A low snap, but Alexander able to get that punt away. Zimmerman moving to his left at the 10-yard line. Little stutter step at the 10 and nowhere to go. No blockers in front. Good coverage by the special teams today.
That was great punt coverage, and you're setting up Bloomsburg, a team that has not been able to get explosive plays down the field. They need 90 yards to get a touchdown before halftime. Only a minute 35 and 2 timeouts to do it. And their kicking game, that they would have to get pretty far down the field, 70, 80 yards down the field, to have themselves a manageable field goal opportunity.
And at this point, if you get that close, time really going to be your only reason you're going to kick a field goal at this point. You're down 23-0. You need points. You need more than field goals at this juncture of the game. First down and 10. Bloomsburg deep in their own territory at the 10-yard line. Riley shotgun formation, looking for the quick out. Nowhere to go and just spikes it into the dirt, and a flag coming in late. Gabe Brower is the intended target, and it certainly looked like there was a miscommunication on where Brower was supposed to run the route, but there was contact as he was making that curl route. And they're going to get a hold on Shepherd. And I can't say I disagree with that one. I think the holding call is where you look at it and go, okay, I see that, because Brower definitely held up as he was going to turn.
Yeah.
Obviously the ball nowhere near him, even if he makes that turn cleanly, but still held up as he was making that turn in the route.
Yeah, my thought initially was that there was a hitch route run when the quarterback thought it was going to be a slant, but I can see the holding call. Yeah.
Ball moved up 10 yards, first down and 10 now at the 20-yard line, a minute 32 remaining in quarter number 2. KJ Riley back to pass, a slant across the middle. That one caught by Brower. He's across the 40-yard line before taken down at the 44. And a good gain on first down. They'll give him the 45. First down Huskies, their best offensive play of the day.
This should be a situation that is a little easier on the Shepherd defensive backs who have had trouble this year, but have been good so far this year, where the pass is coming. They need to move the ball down the field.
2 receivers to each side of the formation. Riley in the shotgun, Clancy to his right. Riley awaiting that snap, takes it at the 40-yard line, looking over the middle, on the run, makes the throw, and a great throw caught on the near side. That's Justin Wolf on the reception into Shepherd territory. Ball at the 37-yard line, and now we're seeing a little razzle-dazzle from the Bloomsburg offense.
That's a really nice throw by Riley into the perfect spot against cover 2, running that corner route.
A little over a minute left in the first half. 1:05 on a stopped second quarter clock. Riley back to pass, looking over the middle, and that one short of the intended target. That was Brower going across the middle, and that one skipped a few yards in front of him. Incomplete, second down and 10.
Christian Slack, the Martinsburg High School product, getting in there and getting a hit on Riley, causing him to get that ball out a little quicker than he wanted to.
The full playbook's still open for the Huskies. Saw them try to establish the run game consistently in this first half, and to no avail, 23-0. The score is Bloomsburg really not able to string together consecutive first downs until this drive. Shotgun snap for Riley. In the pocket, nowhere to go, and Muley, and the ball's out. Muley hit him, the ball comes loose, and Shepard falls on it. The third turnover for the Bloomsburg offense in this football game, and Nathan Muley, how about that, the strip sack?
Muley having a fantastic run of games this week and last week. Another time he's able to get back, and just the sheer force of that hit popped the ball out.
And if you're KJ Riley and you're Bloomsburg, you're scratching your head. Nathan Muley, not exactly somebody that's going to sneak up on you, and right in the face of KJ Riley, and a big hit, definitely the leading contender for the collision of the game. Brought to you by Cody's Auto Body. We'll give those awards in the post-game show, but what a hit by Nathan Muley. Shepard football, 2 timeouts, 53 seconds left in the first half. They still have a scoring opportunity here before the half ends. Shotgun formation. It's Swinehart to the right of Hardyway with 2 receivers deep side of the formation. Lanza moves back in that slot. Hardyway back to pass. Fires across middle. That one tipped, but does get to Lanza at midfield. They'll give him the extra yard up to the 49-yard line, so Shepard into Husky territory. Gain of 5 on first down. 2nd down and 5 coming up for the Rams. 2 receivers to the near side as Hardyway takes the shotgun snap. Looking left, has a man. It's Ashby, and he can't haul it in. Seen Ashby a couple times in this game. Not able to just fully watch it in. A touchdown on that first drive that looked like a sure-handed Ashby was going to come down with it. Yeah. Not able to. Obviously took the big lick on the last drive. This one looked like a pretty easy pitch and catch and not able to bring it in.
It could be worse. If he didn't break a tackle on that, it was probably only about a 4-yard gain. Clock starts to run.
3rd down and 5, ball at the 49-yard line. Hardyway looks to his left, now takes the shotgun snap, going down the near side, looking for Ashby, and that one deflected on the way down. Good defense on the near side by Cameron Gates, the 5'11 freshman. Another freshman getting quality snaps for Bloomsburg, and Shepard a golden opportunity to no avail.
I've seen a lot of guys that are listed as second strings on Bloomsburg's defense making plays so far today, and that's a fantastic job by Cameron Gates to jump up and make that play.
So while the record this year not what you want it to be, I think some hope for the future.
Yeah,
for this Bloomsburg Husky team. Zimmerman stands back at the 5-yard line. Deshaun Alexander on to punt the football away. 25 seconds left as Alexander gets it away. A high end-over-end kick. Waiting for a fair catch at the 3-yard line is Zimmerman. And with 21 seconds left, I don't see Bloomsburg going 97 yards in that amount of time. I would imagine a quick run play, maybe even just sitting on it and taking your losses and getting into halftime. For Shepard, a great first half. Ended strong. No penalties. Don't give them any extra yards here. Just get into halftime with the success you had in this first half. And if you're Bloomsburg, you're erasing everything on that whiteboard, and you got to start from scratch and figure out how to consistently move the football.
You get the ball first to start the second half if you're Bloomsburg. So, yeah, I do think it's back to the drawing board. Throw it all out. See what you can do in the second half.
It'll be fun to look at the stats from this first half, as we will in the halftime show coming up, as well as sending it back to Kyler in the studio for our halftime scoreboard show. Just a quarterback keeper up the middle for KJ Riley. And it looks like Coach McCook is going to take a timeout. At this point in the field, you might as well, with the turnovers that Bloomsburg has had in this one, make a couple of clean snaps. Mm-hmm. Shepard still 1 timeout left, so I'd imagine we're going to see this over again. It was a wing T formation for Bloomsburg. No receivers out. I think they were expecting, okay, we'll run the ball once and go into halftime, and Shepard head coach Ernie Mcook had other ideas.
Use them or lose them, right?
Yeah.
With the timeouts.
Can't take them with you.
So might as well, like you said, make them get those clean snaps off. And if you get another play like that, it's a 3rd and long, and you see if Bloomsburg is willing to get weird on 3rd down, see if they try to pass it, or if they're going to be conservative here. I would expect 3 run plays, taking knees even.
I think if you're Bloomsburg, you look at that last drive that they had, even though it ended in a strip sack, a strong hit by Nathan Muley. I think you got to look at that drive and go, okay, what did we do differently on that drive? Because that was their best offensive drive of the day. You saw KJ Riley not necessarily using his feet to run the football, but just expanding that pocket, throwing on the run. We saw a couple of good throws by him. So you got to look at the last drive that they had prior to this in the first half and figure out what worked on that drive that was able to help them move the football. Once again, a keeper right up the middle for Riley. He gets to the 6-yard line before he is taken down. We'll see if Coach McCook uses his final timeout, and it doesn't look like he will as the clock hits 0 for the first half, and Shepherd, a dominating first half, leading Bloomsburg 23-0. A break, and we're back to give you a recap of this exciting first half for the Shepherd Rams. Again, they lead Bloomsburg on the road 23-0. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
After a car accident, call the local law firm that can give you the help you need right now.
Get more with Mansion Ferretti, the one with 115 years of combined experience fighting for West Virginia accident victims. Get more with Mansion Ferretti.
The one that takes on the big insurance companies.
Get more with Mansion Ferretti. We're Mansion Ferretti.
After a car accident, we'll fight for every dollar you deserve. And if there's no recovery, there's no fee. So call right now.
Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
I love it when people ask me which of the Skinner brothers is younger.
I love it when people ask me, who's taller?
I love it when people get us confused.
You do? Really?
No.
At least they're not confused about what the Skinners do.
If you're hurt in almost heaven, dial the 7s. 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Beck & Surf Law Offices. 50 years experience. No fees unless we collect money for you. Always here to help you. Any questions? LawPBM.com.
Welcome back into Danny Hale Field at Redmond Stadium. A homecoming and Hall of Fame day. First half to forget for the home Bloomsburg Huskies. A dominant first half for our Shepherd University Rams. They lead 23-0. Our halftime show brought to you by the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. And Dylan, a first half and really drives the likes of which we haven't seen by Shepherd consistently this year. Definitely the best half of football they have played. A very strong first half against Slippery Rock, but not as dominant as what we've seen offensively and defensively in this football game.
Yeah, there's been times where Bloomsburg has been able to move the ball 3 yards, cloud of dust, pick up some first downs, but sustaining it for an entire drive has just not been there for Bloomsburg. They really failed to pass the ball well at all with KJ Riley, other than that 2-minute drill at the end that got him up to 5 for 9 with 50 yards and an interception. But outside of that, Shepherd's run game looks really good. You had that big passing play on the very first play of the game. You're getting pushed up front with your defensive line. You get that sack fumble from Nathan Muley. All around, fantastic performance in that first half from Shepherd.
And like we talked about, Mike Hardyway not having to do a whole lot in that first half with Shepherd running the football well, having a couple of short fields mixed in there as well. Obviously, the long catch and run on the very first offensive play of the game, the 67-yard catch-and-run touchdown for Nickens Yazir. But other than that, Hardyway not having to shoulder a lot of the responsibility in the first half and able to hand it off, a couple of short passes here and there. But the storyline, I think, has got to be that Shepherd defense. Just a dominant first half in this one. Looking forward to sharing with you the stats from the first half in this one on the backside of the scoreboard break here with Kyler High. Again, at the half, it is Shepherd 23, Bloomsburg 0. Kyler High has some scores from around the PSAC, the Mountain East Conference, and Division I scores of interest as well coming up next. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
Fort Evans Archery of Inwood is your local full-service archery pro shop with sales and setup, maintenance, repairs, and sight-ins. Fort Evans Archery is a full stocking dealer for all your favorites like Hoyt, Matthews, Elite, Bowtech, Mission, and Bear, with crossbows from Raven, 10-point, Barnett, and Excalibur. And Fort Evans Archery has a sight range out to 60 yards. Fort Evans Archery, 998 Arden Melville Road, Suite 2, Inwood, open Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. until 6, Saturdays 9:30 to 4. FortEvansArchery.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Honda of Winchester takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors, and good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Honda of Winchester, owners just care more about you.
Welcome into your halftime show presented to you by Rosedale Funeral Homes and Cemetery. Your scores. There's only a couple games going on. There's only one game that's final currently in the PSAC that is going on, and that game was Fairmont State versus Edinboro. That game, Fairmont State came out on top with a 5-point differential, 35-30. They both are now 3-3 on the season. Shepherd coming in later on, so there's a couple games that have already been played, as I will about to show you. Westchester Lockhaven, that game is in the fourth quarter. That is 21-14. Westchester has the lead there. Indiana PA versus number 25 Slippery Rock. That game is currently in the third, about to be in the fourth quarter, but PA currently is now up 27-23 as they have scored since the last time I did an update on the scoreboard. Those are the only early games that happened before Shepherd's game. Another game that is currently going on in the PSAC is California versus Clarion. That game, California has the lead 7-0 over Clarion. Clarion being obviously a really good team. We'll see how that ends up continuing. Trying to get you a Kutztown Golden Bears score update as they take on Millersville at Kutztown. Another game that you have later on tonight at 6:05 p.m. is Shippensburg versus East Stroudsburg. Like I said, that game will be taking on at 6:05 tonight. Currently no scoreboard up on the broadcast. Here we go. 7-0 Kutztown. That game has 5:15 left in the first quarter. That is currently all of your PSAC score updates. Now for your Mountain East, as I told you earlier, Fairmont State getting the win for the Mountain East. Wheeling University and West Virginia State. That game has already been played and finished, but there is no score reported for the final. Other games, there's another game in the fourth quarter. All the rest of these games being earlier on. Only one game in the third and 2 games in the fourth as Frostburg State takes on Charleston. That game is in the fourth quarter with 10 minutes left as Charleston is beating Frostburg State 24-17. Another game that you've got going on in the fourth quarter with 14 minutes left left is West Liberty versus West Virginia Wesleyan, with quite an odd score, if I say so myself, 21-5. So some trickery going on with that score. That's got to be a scoregami if you're out there listening. Another game that's currently just now starting after halftime is Concord versus Glenville State. That game is 21-10 with Glenville having the lead. Those are all of your Mountain East games that are being played. Post-game show, I'll probably have a bunch of finals for you for those two first games, and then Concord and Glenville, I would imagine, being close to the end. Division I football. I've got you some score updates, Mountaineer fans. It's a sad day. Luckily, your Shepherd Rams are doing good, though. UCF Knights are currently beating West Virginia Mountaineers 28-7 as the quarterback struggles for the Mountaineers start to pile up. So far, you have Khalil Wilkins currently playing after replacing a Scotty Fox Jr. Another game that you have, if you're a West Virginia fan, maybe, Marshall Thundering Herd. That game will be taking on at 3:30 as they play the Texas State Bobcats. Some other D1 games that are going to be interesting. You have an upset alert. Number 17 Vanderbilt beating number 10 LSU. That game final was 31-24. Another game that you could have marked down as number 14 Oklahoma. They are currently beating South Carolina 24-7. So far, those are your only interesting early games going on. Some 3:30 games that you might have marked down on your calendar to watch is Michigan State versus the new number 3 Indiana. Number 5, Ole Miss versus Georgia. Ohio State versus Wisconsin. Those are the only 3:30 games that you might find interesting. And for the West Virginia Big 12 Conference, you have Texas Tech, who's ranked number 7 versus Arizona State. That game will be going on at 4 p.m. 7:30 games, you have number 11 Tennessee versus number 6 Alabama. Number 20 USC versus number 13 Notre Dame. And then at 3:30 also, like we'll just recap back to it, you have Marshall playing at 3:30. West Virginia with 4 minutes, 45 seconds left. They are down 28-7 as they currently have the ball. Those are your scores for around the state and the West Virginia fans. Your PSAC score and your Mountain East scores. I will have more of those and more finals for you at the end of the game for your post-game show, so stick around and hear about those at the end of the Shepherd game. Your score currently for the Shepherd Rams is still 23-0 as Bloomsburg gets the ball at the second half. Hopefully your Shepherd Rams can continue to dominate the game like they have been so far. I'm Kyler High, Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10. See you at the postgame.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. We have been challenged to sell 20 new and used vehicles each and every day for the rest of the year. This means you save thousands. Hagerstown Ford is the largest Ford store on the I-81 corridor, ranked among the top dealerships in the country in sales volume and customer satisfaction. If you are even thinking about buying a new car, now is the time. Visit HagerstownFord.com and choose your new ride, and we will bring it to you. You will sign all the documents from your phone and skip that awful finance process that consumes your entire day in the dealership. Let's recap. Hagerstown Ford must sell 20 vehicles a day. You will sign all the documents from your phone on your time. We will bring your new ride to you, and you're done. It's that easy. If you don't like it, return it. Our return policy is better than Walmart, and our buying experience is better than Amazon. And you save thousands. Hagerstown Ford is the #1 Ford store from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C., from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland. Now, we want to be the #1 Ford store in the nation.
Hagerstown Ford, right off Interstate 81, across from the Valley Mall.
After a car accident, call the local law firm that can give you the help you need right now.
Get more with Mansion Ferretti, the one with 115 years of combined experience fighting for West Virginia accident victims. Get more with Mansion Ferretti,
the one that takes on the big insurance companies.
Get more with Mansion Ferretti. We're Mansion Ferretti.
After a car accident, we'll fight for every dollar you deserve. And if there's no recovery, there's no fee. So call right now.
Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
And we welcome you back into Denny Hale Field at Redmond Stadium. Halftime here at Bloomsburg University. Shepherd leading Bloomsburg 23-0 after the first two quarters. It's time to look at some first half stats. Brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to HagerstownFord.com for more. Let's take a look at first how we got to our 23-0 score. It was a fast and furious first play of the game for Shepherd. They got the opening kickoff, and the first play from scrimmage, it was a 63-yard catch and run for Carrington Nickens' from Michael Hardyway to make it 7-0 early. That just a one-play 63-yard drive taking 12 seconds off the clock. It was Keith Baker adding a 24-yard field goal, capping off a six-play 18-yard drive taking 2 minutes and 4 seconds off of the clock. With 9:57 remaining in quarter number one, Shepherd held a 10-0 lead. Just before the end of the first quarter, it was a 1-yard run for Jordan Barnett that capped off a 10-play, 55-yard drive, taking 6 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock. It was 16-0 after the missed extra point by Baker as we went to quarter number two. Once again, it was Barnett finding the end zone with 6:41 remaining in the second quarter, this time from 3 yards out, capping off a 4-play, 20-yard drive, taking 2 minutes and 1 second off the clock, bringing us to our halftime score of 23-0. Dylan, let's start with some team stats for Shepherd and Bloomsburg.
Well, you look at rushing yards. So far, Shepherd outgaining Bloomsburg 93-74. And in the passing game, Shepherd with 137 passing yards, Bloomsburg only with 51. And looking through, Shepherd 3 for 7 on third down. Bloomsburg 2 of 5. 9 first downs for Shepherd to 7 for Bloomsburg. Actually pretty close there. 101 kickoff return yards for Bloomsburg on 4 attempts. Just 1 kickoff return for Shepherd, of course, with Bloomsburg not having any points up on the board for 27 yards. Difference in punts, for sure, as Bloomsburg's 2 punts have gone for an average of 25 yards versus the 46.3 for that Shepherd's 3 punts have gone for. 4 penalties for Shepherd, none for Bloomsburg. No penalties to set them back or give Shepherd extra yards, and yet here we are, 23-0.
And I think one thing you look at for penalties is Shepherd this year has been penalized in areas of the field and times of the game where you just can't take a 15-yard penalty. But that has been something that Travis and I have talked about pretty much every week. It's not that, hey, you're going to get the penalties, you're going to get the holding penalties, you're going to get the penalties just in the course of play that's going to happen throughout a game. Nobody is going to go penalty-free, or at least it's not likely you're going to go penalty-free. But Shepherd has had a knack this year of having those big 15-yarders at the worst time possible. So a good job playing a pretty clean football game in the first half. Let's take a look at some individual stats.
Jordan Barnett having another nice day for Shepherd. 8 carries that have gone for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaging 7.5 yards per carry. Used to Barnett breaking off some really big runs. So far, it's been pretty efficient, only 19 yards for his longest carry.
The key word there, so far.
So far.
Still have to play.
Exactly.
We saw him a couple times try to cut that. We know he loves starting in the middle, cutting to the left, and trying to turn the corner. We saw him try to do that a couple of times, and that 19-yard run was the biggest one he had, just not able to get past the secondary, but still a lot of time for him to break that big one.
Well, you see sometimes these big burly running backs that can get up to a big speed like a Derrick Henry. Their longest run sometimes comes in the fourth quarter. Michael Hardyway, 9 for 17, 137 passing yards and a touchdown, been sacked twice. He's been spreading the ball around on those 9 completions. 3 targets each for Nickens this year, and Cordell Batten, 2 each for Kason Lanza and Roman Pearson. 2 catches apiece for all of those guys except for Pearson, who has 1. So nobody really standing out as a go-to receiver. On the Bloomsburg side, KJ Riley is the leading rusher, 9 carries for 45 yards, Long of 19. Declan Clancy, the main running back, 7 carries, 28 yards. Riley's 5 for 9 with 51 yards and an interception, no touchdowns. And a leading receiver, Gabe Brower, 1 catch for 25 yards, and then Justin Wolf, 2 catches for 23.
All right, your first half stats brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to HagerstownFord.com. Both teams making their way back onto the field, getting in some stretching and warm-ups before the second half of action. We're going to send it back to the studio, take one more time out here in the Mansion Freddie Law Firm halftime show, and the second half of action coming up on the flip side. At the half, Shepherd leads Bloomsburg 23-0. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10. We're back in 60 seconds.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Fort Evans Archery of Inwood is your local full-service archery pro shop with sales and setup, maintenance, repairs, and sight-ins. Fort Evans Archery is a full stocking dealer for all your favorites like Hoyt, Matthews, Elite, Bowtech, Mission, and Bear, with crossbows from Raven, 10-point, Barnett, and Excalibur. And Fort Evans Archery has a sight range out to 60 yards. Fort Evans Archery, 998 Arden Nullville Road, Suite 2, Inwood, open Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. until 6, Saturdays 9:30 to 4. FortEvansArchery.com.
Just a few minutes left in our halftime break. Shepherd looking to continue their dominant first half and have it carry over into quarters number 3 and 4, and looking for their third straight win on the season and their third win overall on the year. They come in with a record of 2 and 4, and still a lot of opportunity for this Rams team just to see what they can make of a season that started out, I think, a whole lot differently than what everybody else was expecting. Obviously, you play football at Shepherd. We've been spoiled. You and I both Shepherd alumni. Yep. You were there for the Bajent years and covering for the Bajent years. I was at Shepherd for the Jeff Ziemba years, the Connor Jessup years, the semifinals. We've seen good football over the last decade especially. And you look at a season like this and coming off of what Shepherd did last year, and you're going, man, this isn't the type of Shepherd Ram football that we're used to seeing. But a good opportunity for them to finish the season strong here. Obviously some tough opponents coming up over the next several weeks, but still a good opportunity. And I think you look at what they've been able to do fighting against adversity the last 2 weeks and still managing to come out, get wins, and now a strong performance in the first half, moving in the right direction. Obviously, you would have liked to have seen this, see them close out the game at Slippery Rock, see a different outcome in what you might have expected against Frostburg. Obviously, Frostburg, a good team, but one you wanted to go on the road and then get a good win at the beginning of the year. But take those away, still a strong team over the last couple of weeks, and a good opportunity to get one game below 500 with a win today.
Yeah, they've looked good over the last few weeks, and yeah, as you mentioned, Shepherd transitioned from having a historically great coach to a historically great quarterback to now, in 2025, the context that Shepherd football exists in is a lot different than it was even 5 to 10 years ago.
Doubt about it.
In a different conference, in a different landscape of college football with NIL, the transfer portal, different number of scholarships, a higher number of scholarship that Division I is able to offer, and add up those things and a handful more, and it's a tough transition period that Shepherd has to go through. And you can see that, and you look back at the first 4 weeks of the season, look at who those opponents are that they faced off against, and you start to look through, like Slippery Rock. Frostburg only just recently got their first loss of the season. That was one that you went into thinking, oh man, we can win this, Frostburg State. And Frostburg starts off 5-0 for the year. And then Slippery Rock and Kutztown, nationally ranked, and Clarion with a fantastic quarterback, making them better than they usually are. It was a tough stretch to open the year, and now Shepherd has gotten their feet under them, starting to better understand who they are this year, schedule lightening up a little bit, and you're seeing a half like this against Bloomsburg.
All right, let's see if the second half can be just as strong as the first. Our halftime show was brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. Collins on to kick it off for Shepherd as Bloomsburg will get the football to start the second half. Diaz and Zimmerman, the two return men back for the Huskies. Collins approaches, and the second half is underway from Redmond Stadium. Zimmerman going to take it about 5 yards deep and just takes a knee for a touchback. Again, Max Barba out the last 2 weeks. We really saw him struggle to finish that Millersville game. Looked like he did something to the groin or right the kicking leg, and haven't got a confirmation on exactly the details of that injury, but we've not seen him the last 2 weeks. It's been a combination of Sam Collins doing the kickoffs and Keith Baker the extra points and field goals. And Collins doing a good job on kickoffs over the last couple of weeks. Baker struggling a little bit, having a bit of a issue pulling the football as a lefty. You see all of his misses, we have seen him pulling the football, but more reps. Hopefully the youngster can get that straightened out. First down and 10, ball at the 25-yard line. Little pump fake and going deep down the far sideline. That one is tipped up in the air, almost intercepted, but not able to bring it down. That was Minka in coverage and not able to get the interception.
Blanket coverage, though. Bloomsburg trying to open things up, using similar looks to what they were using in the run game early on and throughout the first half. Play action this time, pump fake, short and go deep, and Minka stuck to his man. Tried to put his hands up and make that catch, but you know what they say, if you catch the ball, you play wide receiver.
Yeah, absolutely. First time we've seen K.J. Riley really try to stretch the field on the pump and go. He's going to drop back to pass once again, going across the middle. That one is picked off, and it's Batten for the second game in a row. He's at the 40-yard line, working into the 35 before taken down at the 33-yard line. Second interception today for the Shepherd defense, and Batten has been an absolute terror on the defensive side of the football the last few weeks.
Reed there, it's a seam shot down the field by Riley, and that's a play that in cover 3, it's oftentimes the play to make. That, to me, looked more like two high safeties where Batten, playing deeper, was able to make a play on that as the ball hung into the air down the field. It's just a window that was not there that Riley tried to fit it into. Great play by Batten.
And that's got to be so deflating for Bloomsburg. They come out, they were able to kind of slow the fire a little bit in that second quarter going into half. They get the football back, hopefully with a new strategy in the second half, and to have that interception, that's got to be deflating for them. First down pitch goes to Barnett as he barrels his way inside the 30-yard line down at the 29. Gain of 3 on first down. Second down and 7 coming up for the Rams.
To me, Bloomsburg coming out with the way that they did, that's them getting away from their identity because of the game script, the way that they're down in the second half here. They were like, let's try to get it all back on a couple plays here, deep down the field, passing the ball. And that's just not their game. You could tell by their first half play calling.
Ball at the 29-yard line, second down for the Rams. They show a power pistol to the left, one receiver to each side of the formation. The give once again is to Barnett right up the middle, runs into a wall of defenders at the 26-yard line, and he is taken down. And you see a little fire out of the front line for Bloomsburg. Standing up Barnett, trying to do what they can to slow the bleeding and keep Shepherd out of the end zone.
Brought in E.J. Hendricks as the fullback that time, who we've seen a little bit at left guard this year for Shepherd. Last week he came in playing left guard.
Gain of a few on second down brings up a third down and 4. Ball on the right hash. 2 receivers to the near side. It's Barnett behind Hardaway in the pistol. Tight end comes in motion as a blocking back. Play action pass and immediately hitting his tight end inside the 25-yard line to the 24. It's Jester on the reception, and he's going to be a couple yards short. Brings up fourth down, and right now the Shepherd offense staying on the field. Talked about it coming out of halftime and right before the second half, the kicking woes of the Rams and the challenges for both teams really trying to consistently kick the football.
Shepherd's come out here with a lot of condensed looks, 2 runs and a short pass, allowing Bloomsburg to creep up towards the line of scrimmage and make these plays.
Fourth down and 2. First fourth down for Shepherd today that they are going to go for. Shotgun formation. The give is to Barnett right up the middle. Little stutter step, leans forward. Now gets a push from behind. He is right near the line to gain. We're going to have to wait for the official spot. I believe he got it by about half a yard. But we'll wait and see where they place the football.
From where the officials are coming in from, I think he's got this. We'll see where they place the ball. Give you some PTSD from the Slippery Rock game, perhaps.
And a first down as our referee gives us the signal with that right hand. Rams and a fresh set of downs, ball at the 22-yard line. So where they're placing the football, didn't get it by more than a few inches, but just enough.
It's the name of the game. Get the 10 yards on the 4 plays. They were able to get about 10.5.
Just about 3 minutes gone in the second half here from Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. Shepherd looking to add on to their 23-0 advantage. Mike Hardaway looks over to the sideline and struggling to get the play from the sideline. I think Shepherd's going to have to use a timeout, and there it is. We'll take the break with them as well. 11:52 remaining in quarter number 3. Shepherd leads Bloomsburg 23-0. We're back after this. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
This is Cody with Cody's Auto Body. The stories are on the way. Reliving glory days, the injury that prevented stardom, or the inevitable, I even could have made that play. With football season comes a lot of delusion of greatness. Well, no one believes you would have made it in the big leagues. Let's at least make them think you're a good driver. Bring that vehicle to me and I will make it the pride of the parking lot at every game. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body, the MVP of your season. That's Cody's with a T for trust.
Shepherd so far on the season in the third quarter, a total of 35 points for them. And for Bloomsburg, it has been a third quarter that they want to forget. They're, of the 4 quarters in the game, they're averaging about 20. They get 23 points in the first quarter so far in games, 55 in the second, 49 in the fourth, but just 28 in the third. So not real strong immediately out of halftime for Bloomsburg.
Oh, we've seen a start like that so far. Interception on the first drive for the offense. See if Shepherd can have some different luck on their side.
First down and 10, ball at the 22-yard line. Shepherd moving in. Hardaway shotgun formation with Barnett to his left. 2 receivers to the far side of the formation. Brings one in motion. It's Nickens' year. Play action pass. Hardaway is going to dump it at the feet of his tight end out in the flats. Can't even really say intended target was Lown because that ball just being thrown in his general direction. Hardaway under distress in the backfield, just trying to get rid of the football. Second down and 10 for the Rams.
We've seen a time or two this season where Hardaway, in a similar sort of situation, has tried to get a little more risky with like a toss over the top or trying to make a guy miss and fumble. So Hardaway really emphasized with me talking to him this week, not turning the ball over.
Roman Pearson comes in motion from right to left across the formation. To give up the middle to Barnett. He's got some room. He's inside the 15. Working to his right at the 10-yard line. Inside the 5 and taken down at the 3. Good run on second down. And Shepherd knocking on the door once again.
Again, the hole is opened up by the right side of the offensive line. Ty Lucas, Brandon Carr.
And you could see from our vantage point, you could see that hole open up on the right. You were just waiting for Barnett to go to the right. We talk about it all the time, but he is more comfortable, at least it seems, cutting back to the left. But that time, that hole just too big not to capitalize on the right side of the offensive line. Good job by the big guys up front creating some lanes. First and goal from the 2. There is the snap. The give is to Barnett. He's near the goal line, but I believe about a yard short. And he is. Second and goal coming up now from the 1.
I'll say an underrated part of that big run right before that play. Roman Pearson coming in motion across the formation, being another guy on the end of that line, making the block. And it looks like we're going to get an injured Bloomsburg player here.
Yeah, injured Husky player down at the 2-yard line. While they tend to him, we will take a break as well. Let's make it a 30-second break back at the studio. This is Shepherd Ram Football on TV 10.
This This is Cody with Cody's Auto Body. The stories are on the way. Reliving glory days, the injury that prevented stardom, or the inevitable, I even could have made that play. With football season comes a lot of delusion of greatness. Well, no one believes you would have made it in the big leagues. Let's at least make them think you're a good driver. Bring that vehicle to me and I will make it the pride of the parking lot at every game. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body, the MVP of your season. That's Cody's with a T for trust.
10:45 remaining in quarter number 3. Shepherd leads Bloomsburg 23-0 out of the injury timeout. 2nd and goal from the 1. Shepherd trying to extend their lead and really put Bloomsburg in even more of a pickle than they're already in this football game. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the near side. Barnett is the running back. Roman Pearson comes in motion. Lines up as a blocker. The give is to Barnett. He's right up the middle and untouched for the touchdown. And the Rams find the end zone once again. Their lead now 29-0. Little hesitation, and then Barnett not even touched going up the middle.
I think the campaign is in full force. PSAC East Offensive Player of the Year, Jordan Barnett. 3rd touchdown today. 11th on the season. Top 10 in the country in yards per carry. He has just been fantastic, and the offensive line giving him holes to run through.
Oh, you heard Dylan here first, starting the movement as Baker on for the extra point. It is up and through. 10:19 remaining in quarter number 3. Shepherd leads Bloomsburg 30-0. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
Get ready. The Floor Pools Hot Tub Expo is happening October 23rd through the 26th, and it's bigger than ever. Enjoy massive factory discounts on hot tubs from all top brands, including Hot Spring, the #1 rated hot tub. They've got plenty of hot tubs in stock ready to roll and ready to relax you. Whether you're looking to soak away stress, crank up the jets, or take your backyard to the next level, now's the time to make it happen. Join Floor Pools at any of their 3 locations, Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg, for the best deals of the season. Don't wait. The deals are hot and the tubs are even hotter. It's the Floor Pools Hot Tub Expo, October 23rd through the 26th. Get all the details at SpaExpoTristate.com. And while you're there, check out the saunas, swim spas, and cold plunges, all at great discounted prices. Floor Pools, the best hot tubs at the best discounts.
Shepherd surpassing the 30-point mark for the 3rd time this season through 6 games as they lead the Bloomsburg Huskies 30-0 with 10:19 left in quarter number 3. Sam Collins on to kick it away for the Rams. And it's Diaz and Zimmerman to return it for Bloomsburg, as it's been all day. We've seen one good return by Zimmerman coming up this near side, working this direction. Let's see if he has any magic in him on this return. Sat on it about 5 yards deep on the opening kickoff of the second half. This one, again, sends Zimmerman deep. He's going to take it and take a knee about 2 yards deep in the end zone. No return. 2 touchbacks to start the second half for Sam Collins on kickoffs. Shepherd forcing their 4th turnover of the game on the opening drive of quarter number 3. The last time the defense touched the field. Just adding to the case of the strongest defensive performance we have seen so far this year, coming off of what was their best defensive game of the year last week.
Stacking up really good performances here for the Shepherd defense, and they needed it. So far this year, it has felt like Shepherd has a good offense that has been able to run the ball very effectively. When Hardyway needs to make a play, he can make them more often than not. But the defense has made the offense have to put up a lot of points.
There's the snap. To give is to Clancy up the middle. He gets to the 27-yard line. They'll give him the 28 before he's brought down. Gain of 3 on first down. Now 2nd and 7 for the Huskies.
And this is the problem that starts to arise for a team like Bloomsburg that clearly is a run-first team. The clock is your enemy, and you're really only moving the ball about 4 yards a pop.
Just one receiver in the formation. ABNC back in the formation now for Bloomsburg, and a A little zone option here and a pitch out to the far side. That's Brower with the catch and run as he crosses midfield into Shepherd territory. And actually make that Justin Wolf on the far side.
I think there's a flag in the backfield around the 34.
And they're going to get a hold on the offense. And you're the offensive line, just that triple option, that zone option, just you got to hold your blocks a little longer on a run play than you usually do.
Yeah, and that's time. It's another problem that can pop up on plays like that. That's a hold on the wide receiver, Gabe Brower, on the outside of that play. That kind of is what made that play pop for such a long game.
5-yard penalty makes it 2nd down and 12 for the Huskies. One receiver to the far side of the formation. Now make that 2 receivers on the left side of the formation. A little trickery here as we have a reverse coming to this near side. Making that run is Brower and nowhere to go as he looks to turn upfield at the 25-yard line. Does get back to the original line of scrimmage, but just no holes opening up on the near side.
Great pursuit, because it looked like, at least to a certain extent, the Shepherd defense was fooled by that. But you have a host of Shepherd Ram tacklers getting over there with Kalen Jean and Clayton Batten, among others.
And credit Rams defensive coordinator Josh Klein. This type of offense is completely different than anything they have seen this year. And so far, the Shepherd's defense more than up to the task. Riley drops back to pass, moving up in the pocket, now going to tuck it and run. He's got the first down and more as he slides down at the 70-yard line, gets just enough for a first down Bloomsburg.
It's tough on plays like that where you've had so much success. It feels like that on a 3rd and long, you say, all right, let's just drop back in coverage, rush 3, rush 4 that time. No quarterback spy. Those defensive linemen for Shepherd don't hold the rush lane integrity to keep Riley from going up the middle, then he's going to be able to make a play like that.
Riley adjusting the receivers where he wants in the formation. And now Bloomsburg going to have to take a time out of some clear confusion on the offensive side of the football as to what formation they needed to be in for that play. We'll take the break with them as well. Halfway through quarter number 3, Shepherd leads Bloomsburg 30-0. We are back in 30 seconds.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, Private Wealth Advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
$30-0 Shepherd leads Bloomsburg on the road with 7:42 remaining in quarter number 3. Bloomsburg using their first timeout of the half. Each team now with 2 remaining. 2nd down, make that first down and 10, ball at the 37-yard line. Riley sends a man in motion. Now takes a snap. He's going to roll out to his left, looking to pass. Has a receiver in the area and almost intercepted. Another great undercut on the route by Minka and almost able to come up with that interception.
Second time he's nearly had one. I think only 2 routes out on that play. Interesting, the rollout to the opposite side of the quarterback, making him throw across his body. And it just developed for too long and let Minka try to jump that one.
Yeah, and we've seen Riley a couple times today just not committing on where he was going soon enough. And from the looks of it, eyeballing the receiver he's going to. So we've seen Shepherd's secondary able to undercut and make a couple interceptions and 2 or 3 near interceptions on the day so far today. The give to Zimmerman on this near side. He crosses the 40 before being taken down at the 41-yard line. Aiden Willis on the tackle for Shepherd.
Pretty successful play for Bloomsburg there. Cut in half what you need on 3rd down.
They give him the 42-yard line, brings up a 3rd down and 6. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Riley awaits a snap and gets it. Looks left initially, now working to his right. Avoids 1 sack, avoids a second. He's running to the left and has enough for the first down. All effort there by K.J. Riley. Nathan Muley had him in the backfield and just slithered out of the hands of big number 45, and not a lot of people have been able to do that this year. Credit K.J. Riley on that run. That was all him.
Yeah, that was impressive. Muley he grabbed him, pulled him. Riley had to jerk his shoulder back and get out of that. And, yeah, extending the play and keeping the drive alive.
Bloomsburg at their own 49-yard line. It's been 3rd down runs for K.J. Riley that have kept this drive alive for the Huskies. He stands in the shotgun formation, rolls to his right. He's going to keep himself following the block of Zimmerman into Shepherd territory down to the 47-yard line. A good gain on 1st down. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Putting the ball in Riley's hands and just letting him make a play seems to be the best offense that the Huskies have right now.
And we talked about it coming into the game, 1,300 yards through the air, 241 on the ground. He's carried the ball 56 times coming into today's game and added to that total so far. Ball's loose, Zimmerman coughs it up. Looking to see who came down with the football. Zimmerman was right there, and I think he was able to recover his own fumble and almost another costly turnover for Bloomsburg.
Malachi Barnes, I think, tried to wrestle it out of the hands of Zimmerman after it popped out. I think was nearly able to do it, but Zimmerman was quick to get it back, but he'll come off the field after that play.
He does get a gain of 1, bringing up a 3rd down and 5. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Snap to O'Reilly and a run up the middle. Once again calls his own number and gets 4 of what he needs. It brings up a 4th down, but a 4th down and very short. It'll be
They might give this to him. I think the line judge on our side gave him about an extra yard compared to the far side judge.
They still have that football placed the 42-yard line. So a yard short of what he needs. And no surprise, the offense staying on the field. Clancy, the running back to the left, he gets the football inside the 40-yard line and a 1st down Bloomsburg. Wrestled down at the 37. And just a slow, methodic drive for Bloomsburg. Obviously at 30-0 at this point. Getting to the point where with time and the score, it's going to be out of their reach here pretty soon. And no urgency to the offense right now, but trying to at least put together a scoring drive here and put together a drive that can result in some sort of confidence as they come off the field. Zimmerman almost giving the football away yet again, but one bouncing the way of the Huskies in this game. The snap is to Riley. Little read option. This pitch going to the outside. Escaping one tackler nearing the 30-yard line. A good run by Gabe Brower. Has that triple option been used a couple times now on this drive, and pretty well to success, take away that holding penalty on the last one, but a couple times, especially in the second half, and they've run the triple option pretty well.
If Shepherd had it read, Clayton Batten in the backfield just doesn't make the tackle. And I think we talked about it with the time, how it is. After that interception that opened up the second half, Bloomsburg just said, let's stick to our identity, and whatever happens, happens.
Brower gains 6 on 1st down, 2nd down and 4, ball at the 32-yard line. Little read option keeps in the gut of Clancy, who fights through some tacklers and leans forward for a 1st down Huskies. Gets to the 26-yard line.
I believe this is the furthest down the field Bloomsburg has made it. They were 0 for 0 on red zone chances in that first half and haven't gotten into that 20-yard line and closer area here in the third quarter either.
And showing no emphasis on throwing the football this drive. They are moving the ball on the ground and going to keep it that way. One receiver to each side of the formation, pistol look. Zimmerman comes in motion, little play action pass. Now they're going to go to the air. A nowhere to go is the pass completed to the 20-yard line, leaning forward after the catch is Justin Wolf, and a good job avoiding a sack in the backfield for K.J. Riley to just get that football away.
The tackling for Shepherd's got to be better. Tyron Chin Thompson had a chance at Riley in the backfield. You get a missed tackle out in space as well against Wolf. Batting on him just a couple plays ago.
Gain of 8 on first down. Now 2nd and 2, ball at the 18-yard line. Shotgun snap as Zimmerman comes in motion. He gets the football, turns upfield, and tackled immediately, and a flag coming in the area of a hold.
Now that's a nice tackle, Mekhi Young.
And I think they're going to get Justin Bateman on the hold. They will.
It's a freshman right tackle, Justin Bateman.
And how many times have we said that today? A freshman, insert name and position here. Again, a lot of hope, you would think, for the future of this Bloomsburg Husky team with all of the young players getting valuable playing time early in their collegiate career. 10-yard penalty pushes the football back to the 28-yard line. 2nd down and 12, a minute and 30 remaining in quarter number 3. 2 receivers to the far side of the formation, 1 to the near side. Griffin Batchelor, that receiver, standing by himself on the near side. Back to pass, and that one incomplete. Bloomsburg looking for a flag, but no dice. The intended receiver was Alec Achenbach.
Kyrie Wimberly with the tight coverage. I was not going to be surprised if a flag came there. Too far away to really say one way or the other if that was the right call or wrong call. But I wouldn't have been shocked to see a flag thrown.
Looked like perfect timing to me.
Yeah, right? I saw nothing wrong.
Another 3rd down for the Huskies. It's been 3rd manageable for the most part on this drive. This one a little further. 12 yards to go to move the sticks. Riley drops back to pass, looking left, nowhere to go, stepping up in the pocket. Just gets rid of it. Again, that's Achenbach on the reception. Gets a chunk of what they needed, but not close enough for a first down. Still 4 yards short. Brings up a 4th down and 4. Again, no surprise, the offense staying on the field. We didn't expect any field goal attempts unless it was inside the 10 from Bloomsburg today.
Of course, scoreboard being what it is. Offense going to stay out there the rest of the game.
1 receiver to the near side, 2 to the far side of the formation. It is Clancy, the running back to the left of Riley in the shotgun. Riley takes a snap, looking across the middle. That one caught at the 5-yard line, working towards the end zone, and in. That is Griffin Batchelor, who finds the end zone on 4th down. And a touchdown, Bloomsburg, the first time they have found the end zone today.
It looked like Will Johnson got beat on a post on the outside man-to-man coverage. It was a nice throw by Riley to fit that in before the deep safety had a chance to close on it.
The 7th touchdown reception for Jerry Griffin Batchelor on the season. Extra point is up, and it is good. With 35 seconds left in quarter number 3, Bloomsburg finds the end zone, but it's still all Rams, 30-7. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
K.J. Riley tosses his 14th touchdown pass of the year draws Bloomsburg a little closer, but Shepherd still leads 30-7 with 35 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. A short kickoff as Batten retreats inside the 20 and calls a fair catch. Shepherd's offense making their way back onto the field. And again, at least if you're Bloomsburg, that's a drive you can hang your hat on something. You ran the football well, and that set up the passing game. You converted a handful of third downs and a big fourth down conversion, a couple of big fourth down conversions on that drive, including the one going for a touchdown. So some positives to look at if you're Bloomsburg on that drive. And if you're Shepherd, you got to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, can't get complacent. There's plenty of time left in this game. At 23 points, that's still technically a 3-possession game.
Please reset the game clock to 35 seconds.
And Bloomsburg hasn't been explosive down the field. They've just kind of been taking it little chunks at a time, but you never know when a big play could get busted. So, foot on the gas pedal. Got to stay there.
First down and 10, ball at the 25-yard line for the Rams. Pistol formation at Swinehart behind Hardaway. 2 tight ends come in motion from right to left. A receiver on each side of the formation. You can just hear coming in motion, but the give is to Swinehart right up the middle. Gets to the 27 before he is stood up. Gain of 2 on the run. And looking at the clock, that should be the last play of quarter number 3 is 30 seconds on the play clock and now 17 on a running game clock. And Hardaway now pointing towards the sideline going, hey, guys, we're not running another one.
No reason to.
One more quarter to play here from Bloomsburg. All Shepherd in this one, 30-7, a 60-second break, and we are back for quarter number 4. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
Remember all the sports we played when we were kids?
Oh yeah, swimming, tennis, basketball,
Football, soccer, track. I loved winning.
I still do.
Our competitive spirit is still going strong.
But now we use it to win for our clients. If you've been hurt in almost heaven,
call the Sevens, 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
Bit of an upset in PSAC play today as it goes final from Lock Haven as they beat Westchester. But pulling up the box score, once again, it was Colin O'Sullivan, the third-string quarterback who got the start today. Not a bad day for him. A couple of interceptions, but finished with 284 yards and 2 touchdowns. So Westchester falling for the second week in a row, and just an injury-plagued season for them.
Yeah, obviously Cooper Jordan reigning PSAC East Offensive Player of the Year. Didn't play last week against Shepherd. Injured late against East Stroudsburg. That team runs through him.
Second down and 8 for Shepherd. 2 receivers the far side of the formation. Hardaway by himself in the shotgun formation, looking for Lanza across the middle, and tips off of his outstretched right arm. Falls incomplete.
And you can feel the noise picking up here from Bloomsburg. This game's not over yet. Just got your first score on offense. Forcing Shepherd in the 3rd and long.
One thing that's gonna hurt Bloomsburg even when they get the football back is just how slow their drives are.
Yeah.
Again, you're fighting with the clock right now. Clock is stopped at 14:56. 3rd down and 8 for the Rams. Hardaway by himself in the shotgun, just gets rid of it. Ashley makes the catch, a little stutter step and hesitation, gets to the 32-yard line and nowhere to go. I think trying to make a couple guys miss, but using the sideline as an extra defender there, nowhere to go for Jaden Ashby. Brings up a 4th down, and Shepherd is going to have to punt the football.
You got to know where you are on the field. It's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. You catch the ball 6 yards down the field. You got to get to the 35. You're about the 32, 33. push forward, go through that tackle, try to pick up that first down.
Zimmerman standing back inside his own 25-yard line as Deshaun Alexander stands at the 18. Gets the snap, and the kick is away. Wilder that bounces at the 30-yard line. Zimmerman going to start the return and nowhere to go. Initially gets rid of a couple of tacklers. Actually has to retreat and loses yards on that return. Did a good job of getting out of the grasp of a couple different Ram guys in coverage, but then retreats back inside the 15-yard line, and really just takes him back inside the 15-yard line and nowhere to go. Ball at the 14 for the upcoming Bloomsburg drive.
He's slippery. And luckily, Shepherd had a lot of guys getting down the field on punt coverage to make that play eventually. It worked out. Another long field for Bloomsburg.
Bloomsburg coming off of their only touchdown drive of the game so far. Let's see if momentum can carry over onto this drive. A lot of field in front of them. One receiver to the near side. It's a man in motion again, working that triple option. Riley going to keep it himself as he crosses the 15-yard line and leads forward to the 18-yard line before he is brought down. And a good first down run for the Huskies.
I think overall Shepherd has done a pretty good job of defending this run game. Not many explosive runs that have come out of it for Bloomsburg. A couple plays here and there that have been successful a good bit. They've been able to drive down the field, get a handful of first downs.
Two receivers to the near side, one to the short side. Riley back to pass, looking left, nowhere to go. Steps up in the pocket, and several Rams there, and they bring him down inside the 20, right at the line of scrimmage. And just nowhere to go. A couple of people getting their hands on him in the backfield, but another stellar job by K.J. Riley, just avoiding initial contact and trying to make something happen with his legs, and that time just nowhere to go.
As much as Bloomsburg wants to stick to their identity, they're going to have to race against the clock and get down the field with some pass plays to pick up bigger chunks of yards. And more often than not, it's been plays that look more like that versus big plays down the field for Bloomsburg's passing offense.
And Nathan Muley in the backfield once again and just cannot bring down K.J. Riley. He's going to be frustrated looking back at a possibility of a couple more sacks. Riley going across the middle. That one tipped up in the air and incomplete. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage, working back towards the football. Brower at the right around the 30-yard line, just not able to make the acrobatic catch. Brings up fourth down, and given the point of the field, Bloomsburg going to have to punt.
That's why first down is so important against a team like Bloomsburg, putting them in situations where they feel like they need to pass the ball. And that's not their strength. You get some plays like that, and you force a punt.
LaRusso on to punt for the Huskies. He stands at his own 2-yard line. Batten back to return. He stands at the 45. Spiraling kick is away. Pushing Batten to his left. He takes it at the 43. Works across midfield into Husky territory before stepping out of bounds at the 47-yard line. So Shepherd starting this offensive drive in Bloomsburg territory. Looking to find the end zone again in this football game. And if nothing else, just milk some time off the clock.
Yeah, I think one more drive that gets a lot of time off that clock, gets some sort of points up on the board, can seal this for the Rams. So play to your strengths. See what the Bloomsburg defense gives you. Keep it going.
47 left hash is where this first down play will snap from. Two receivers to the near side of the formation. One receiver lined out to the left. Shotgun snap. Hardyway drops back to pass, looking deep down the right side. Batten the intended target, and good coverage downfield by the Huskies. Incomplete.
That's about the opposite of a play call that I would have thought of for the drive trying to accomplish what we just talked about. Barnett on the field. But I think maybe you thought you could catch Bloomsburg off guard. It was just really good coverage by Bloomsburg down the field against Batten.
Hardyway gets the call from the sideline. Now we're laying it in the huddle. A few ticks over 12 minutes remaining in the football game. Shepherd leads 30-7. Looking for win number 3 on the season. Two receivers to the near side, one to the far side. Again, Hardaway drops back to pass. Looking over the middle, it's Batten with the reception at the 45-yard line. Working back as he gets out of a couple tackles and leans forward near the 40-yard line. Thought he was taken down about 3 different times on that catch as he gets to the 41. And medium, 3rd and 4.
Incredible balance to stay up on that one. I can't believe he got 6 yards out of that. Although if he just caught it and went down, it would have been 4 or 5. Shepherd coming out with 2 straight passes in this situation.
See if they stay in the air here. 2 receivers on each side of the formation. Barnett is the back to the left of Hardaway. Hardaway drops back to pass, looking right, nothing there. Going to get flushed to his right, looking upfield, looking for Ashby, and does he make the catch? No, falls to the ground, incomplete. Tight coverage downfield, but Hardaway trying to make something happen. Once again with Jaden Ashby, clock stops at 11:19 remaining, and Shepherd going to give the football back.
3 pass plays in a row. I mean, you've run the ball really effectively, especially with Barnett, and you only waste about a minute of time on that drive, whereas 2 more plays where the clock is running, you waste another minute 10, minute 15. It can matter. This game is still within reach.
Alexander gets the punt away. End-over-end kick bouncing out of bounds. There's no return an option for Zimmerman. We'll see where referee puts it, and it'll be the 15-yard line. So once again, a lot of green in front of Bloomsburg as they start this offensive drive. It was a 3-and-out the last time the offense hit the field. And as you mentioned, still time in this football game, but slowly running out of it. You can't have any more 3-and-outs, I think, if you're Bloomsburg at this point.
No, Bloomsburg's got to find a way to strike a balance between sticking to their identity and what they do best and still being able to get some bigger chunks down the field than this sort of 4 yards at a time run game that it's felt like their offense has been for the majority of the game.
Riley in the shotgun formation. He's got Clancy to his left. Again, little zone option. Actually, make that Zimmerman getting the carry out of the backfield as he crosses the 20 up to the 21-yard line. Another good gain on first down. That's about 6. 2nd down and 4 now for Bloomsburg.
Bloomsburg still taking their time. This is just what their style of offense is. They don't want to get away from it.
One receiver to the far side. Now receiver coming in motion. Again, the zone option. Riley going to keep it himself as he is stopped about a half-yard short of the line to gain. 3rd down, and it'll go down as 3rd and 1, but really 3rd and about a foot coming up for Bloomsburg.
Shepherd's done a really good job of limiting big plays in the run game, keeping everything in front of them, making sure that your safeties on that 3rd level aren't just one last-ditch effort to keep a play from getting away from you.
A receiver to each side of the formation. Zimmerman, the tailback, to the right of Riley. Again, the zone option. Riley going to keep it himself and taken down just beyond the line to gain. That's enough for a first down, Bloomsburg.
Just barely. But, again, we talk about their Bloomsburg style of offense. You got 10 yards, but it took you about a minute and a half to do it. And that's just not going to get it done.
And, again, taking their time before every play. At this point, at least I would expect to see a little more urgency out of this Bloomsburg offense as we're under 10 to play, 9:21 on a running fourth quarter clock. One receiver to the near side. Riley sends another one in motion. That ball to the right, and Riley going to have to scramble and just make something happen. Does find a receiver. That ball's loose at the 20-yard line. Picked up by Batten. 10-yard moving in. Touchdown, Shepherd! It was a broken play from the start. The pass was completed to Brower in the flat. He went to turn upfield, was poked out. An easy scoop and score for Batten. And boy, what a couple of weeks he has had. The Rams lead Bloomsburg 36-7.
I mean, what a play. The turnovers have just been absolutely backbreaking for Bloomsburg, and there's another one, just not holding on to the ball. A nice job to punch it out on the tackle. It's exactly how you teach it and draw it up.
And it certainly looked like Bloomsburg was going to make something out of nothing on that play. But instead, it is 6 the other way for the Rams. Baker adds the extra point. Shepherd leads Bloomsburg 37-7. 9:05 remaining in the football game. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors, and good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, owners just care more about you.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
9:05 remaining in the game, and for the second week in a row, Clayton Batten putting the exclamation point on it. 37-7 the lead for Shepherd as Collins on to kick it off for the Rams. Diaz and Zimmerman, the two return men as they have been all day for Bloomsburg. They stand at the 5 and at the goal line for Zimmerman. Collins approaches, and going to be a short kick and a fair catch called for by one of the up men at the 28-yard line. And what an October for Clayton Batten. I mean, just what he has been able to do, especially in the last two games. Punt return for a touchdown, a game-sealing interception at the end of the game last week, an interception to really get the defense rolling in this game, and now a scoop and score for a touchdown. You can't ask for a better couple of games, and the reigning Special Teams Player of the Week, and I think he might be and probably should be the Defensive Player of the Week in the PSAC this week. If it wasn't for his teammate Nathan Muley, he probably would have been the Defensive Player of the Week last week in the PSAC.
Yeah, a candidate for it. It's a fantastic couple of games for him. Talking to him this week, it seemed like he was really knowledgeable about this Bloomsburg defense. Really smart, heady player.
And a new quarterback in for Bloomsburg. That's a number 9 with the carry. That's Tyler, I believe that's Gee, the redshirt freshman. Just 5'11", 195 pounds. So KJ Riley's day is complete. 5 turnovers for the Shepherd defense.
Yeah, that's Bloomsburg waving the white flag. 5 turnovers. I mean, you were never going to win a game where it's 5-0 in the turnover department.
Gee by himself in the shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the far side. One comes in motion. Again, Gee going to keep it himself, working up the middle again. Gain of 4, and that's enough to move the chains.
And you can tell, backup can run the similar style of offense as your starter. Gee, 5'11", 195, redshirt freshman. KJ Riley, 6'2", 197.
Gee, no stats on the year so far. At least throwing the football. Has run it a couple of times now on the season. Just 1 attempt coming in to the game. This time he's going to go through the air and has a receiver into Shepherd territory. Making the catch and run is Brower as he's down to the Shepherd 44-yard line and a first down Bloomsburg.
And we got an injury.
And it is Brower still down at the 45-yard line. We'll step aside while they tend to the injured player. We're back in 30 seconds. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors, and good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. at CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg. Owners just care more about you.
.7:30 on a running fourth quarter clock. Shepherd leads Bloomsburg 37-7. Bloomsburg a fresh set of downs in Shepherd territory at the 44-yard line. And back in the game now, that quarterback is K.J. Riley as he goes across the middle. That one incomplete. So we saw Gee for a few plays, and then out of the injury timeout, back in comes K.J. Riley.
That's interesting. I wonder if Riley was a little banged up on the sideline, needed taped up or something.
Yeah, I can't say I understand that one. Certainly look at the scoreboard and time left like it was going to be Gee that just got some reps.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Just waving the white flag, like I said. But
maybe an opportunity for Riley to try to put together another scoring drive, moving in, gain that confidence on the season a little bit. Riley gets the snap out. The whistle blows, and a false start as too many men in motion when that ball was snapped. Make it a 2nd down and 15. Now for the Huskies. So that ball moved back to the 49-yard line. So Bloomsburg still in Shepherd territory, but right near that midfield mark.
I think that was Brower knowing he was getting the ball in that play. Got a little jumpy right before the snap.
Two receivers, make that 3 receivers to the far side of the formation, 2 to the near side as Riley stands by himself in the shotgun formation. One of the few times we've seen them fully spread out in this football game. Takes a snap, fires over the middle, and once again a pass that's just short of the intended receiver. Wolf going over the middle of the field, and we've seen K.J. Riley a couple times today just not able to really put all of his weight behind a throw and just skips to the receiver. That one, plenty of room there for Wolf to make a catch and move upfield. Ball just never got to him.
Yeah, I think part of the design of that play was for Riley to sort of fake a rollout, and then he has the man running down the middle of the field open, but because he's faking this rollout, Riley throws it on the run, never setting his feet, can't put all of his strength behind it.
3rd down and 15 for Bloomsburg. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. That ball fired and completed inside the 40-yard line, still short of the line to gain. That one hauled in by Jerry Griffin Batchelor. And good zip on that one by K.J. Riley, as we were talking about, not enough arm strength, and that one definitely had some mustard on it. Not enough to move the chains, but makes it a more manageable 4th down now for the Huskies as we're inside 7 minutes to play, 6:41, 6:40 now on a running fourth quarter clock.
And sometimes it's not the strength of your arm, it's your mechanics. Are you setting your feet? Are you fully, properly putting your body into the throw instead of all arm? Well, that time, Riley, good job to get all of his power behind it.
Riley's got 2 receivers to his right. And going to be back in the formation. Brower coming in motion. Now Riley going to keep it himself going up the middle, and he's got enough for a 1st down. Gets what he needs and 2 more on top of it. 1st down, Bloomsburg.
This is a fun offense from Bloomsburg, but I do think it's one that plays to the strengths of the Shepherd defense because what have been their weaknesses? It's been the deep ball down the field, the DBs, communication, pass coverage, things like that from the secondary, and Bloomsburg has not really been one to test that. The stress test of the Shepherd secondary has really not been much today, and you see what happens.
Riley looking for a quick out to the outside. That one is caught by Griffin Batchelor working upfield inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. Even that throw a little low. Griffin Batchelor having to go down and get that football. As Riley a little hesitant on the initial throw. That lane blocked a little bit, trying to avoid another interception. Does get it to his target. Gain of 4 on the play, so Griffin Batchelor able to work upfield and get at least inside the 30 moving forward, but definitely not the initial way that play is drawn up.
And the strength of Riley is clearly running this option offense in the backfield and running the ball. He can make some throws, but it's a little uncomfortable having to do it often.
Riley brings Brower in motion. Play action looking to the left, has a man on the out route. That's Griffin Batchelor again making the catch. He's inside the 20, makes a man miss at the 10 and gets pushed out of bounds at the 5. Little okey-doke on the outside.
Yeah.
And Griffin Batchelor now a little slow to get up.
Make a couple of guys miss. I think Zach Ferguson was the one that got worst of all. And again, Shepherd's defense overall, not many points put up on the board. Run game, defense there has been good, but still got to make some tackles, those second and third level defenders.
And a good job by Griffin Batchelor avoiding those tackles, but did take a lick at the end of that run. Zimmerman, the tailback, behind KJ. Riley to give this to Griffin up the middle. As he lowers his shoulder for a gain of 2. Second and goal coming up now for Bloomsburg. Inside 4 minutes to play in the ball game.
Bloomsburg obviously still wants some momentum building in the next week. Keep things going, as they will be at Millersville next week, a team that's also struggling and has to deal with Kutztown today.
And not dealing with it very well from the highlights and scores we've seen. Second and goal from the 3-yard line. KJ Riley, shotgun formation. Takes the snap. The give is to Zimmerman and nowhere to go. He is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Third and goal coming up for the Huskies.
Yeah, we'd have to get an update on what the score is right now for Kutztown Millersville. But if you have a chance to find the highlight that made the score 9-0 on a safety for Millersville,
it's worth watching.
Yeah, unless you're not a fan of watching a quarterback completely get smashed.
Kyler High, the post-game scoreboard show coming up after our post-game show ends from the field here. He'll have those scores plus much more from around Division II football and Division I football as well. That coming up in the post-game show. There's the snap, little play action, and in the end zone, pass caught for a Bloomsburg touchdown on the reception. That is number 45 fullback Mike Conway on the 3-yard touchdown reception.
And as you can see, Shepherd defense is still going to have their issues to clean up. Reggie Snowden, Will Johnson over on that side, clearly frustrated. Eye discipline talked about a lot from the defenders of Shepherd. Wasn't quite there. Got their eyes caught in the backfield.
Yeah, but credit Bloomsburg. They stuck to the run, and they have run that play successfully all day. And the extra point, a low line drive, that one blocked. The 37-13 extra point is no good. Shepherd, 2 minutes and 42 seconds away from their third victory of the season. We're back in 60 seconds. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
Get ready. The Floor Pools Hot Tub Expo is happening October 23rd through the 26th, and it's bigger than ever. Enjoy massive factory discounts on hot tubs from all top brands, including Hot Spring, the #1 rated hot tub. They've got plenty of hot tubs in stock, ready to roll and ready to relax you. Whether you're looking to soak away stress, crank up the jets, or take your backyard to the next level, now's the time to make it happen. Join Floor Pools at any of their 3 locations, Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg, for the best deals of the season. Don't wait. The deals are hot and the tubs are even hotter. It's the Floor Pools Hot Tub Expo, October 23rd through the 26th. Get all the details at SpaExpoTristate.com. And while you're there, check out the saunas, swim spas, and cold plunges, all at great discounted prices. Floor Pools, the best hot tubs at the best discounts.
Bloomsburg set to kick it away, 2:42 remaining in the game. Idris Amatovic on for the kickoff. Defensive back on the roster, and this one going to be a short onside kick attempt. Ball still loose at the 46-yard line. And looks like Shepherd was able to fall on it, and they did as the Ram offense jogs onto the field. And again, credit Bloomsburg. They're not just going to go to sleep. They're, hey, we're going to continue to work on things, going to continue to try to get the football back. But this one going to stay Shepherd football.
Bloomsburg, a little like the Carolina Panthers, doing their best work in the fourth quarter. And I think we have a new quarterback in for Shepherd here. Jackson Sigler.
And Jackson Sigler, big number 12 coming in for the Rams. 6 foot, 190-pound sophomore out of Stafford, Virginia. In the shotgun formation for the Rams. Give up the middle. It's to Zion Grantham as he gets inside the 45-yard line. And Shepherd, I can't imagine that we're going to see anything other than, hey, let's hand the ball off here and drain some clock.
And, well, Sigler got himself a handoff, and now he's walking off, and here comes Ezra Bajan.
Yep. And if you're Shepherd, I can't imagine them running another play before the 2-minute timeout. But, again, these younger players in, maybe try to get some reps for them as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see what the offensive strategy is here as that snap comes with 2:10 left, and it's Bajan throwing to the far side. That one caught by Nicholson inside the 30-yard line. Way to go up and get it, kid.
It's like we have some chemistry developing between Ezra Bajan and Marcus Nicholson over the last few weeks.
2-minute timeout here at the field. We'll take the 60-second break with the teams as well. 2 minutes left in this ball game. Shepherd leads Bloomsburg 37-13. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, private wealth advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Back out of the timeout, a read option. Sigler down the far sideline. He's inside the 5 and pushed out just before the goal line. How about that for a little read option for the first big play for Sigler on the year?
First action outside of that handoff. Sigler coming over from Virginia Tech. He was a walk-on quarterback at Virginia Tech and decided to make the move to Division II. Shepherd, They view Sigler as a guy that they really like for the future. Obviously, with a graduate transfer this year, you're looking at the future.
And Ezra Bajan now back in the ball game, and Shepherd in the victory formation from the 4-yard line. And Bloomsburg not going to use any timeouts, so we are a few snaps away from Shepherd getting their third consecutive victory and their third overall on the season.
I mean, you don't want to mess up Sigler's yards per carry number.
No, you can't have him moving backwards.
Run,
absolutely not.
You got to have Ezra take the kneel downs here.
And Shepherd should need this snap and then one more, if my math is mathing.
I think you're right.
Bajan takes a snap with 1 second on the play clock and sits on it. Yep, and one more kneel of the football, and that will be your ball game. Shepherd, a strong performance defensively today, no doubt about it. Coming up in the postgame show, we'll recap it, give you some stats from this one, as well as how we got to our final score, which looks like it is going to be 37-13, as well as setting you up for our next broadcast. Back at home next week, it's homecoming in Shepherdstown. It was a fun game. You and I are no strangers to the homecoming game. Again, both alumni of Shepherd University.
Hopefully a ton of people behind the library or out near the Butcher Center or right by the football field. You got plenty of options, the tailgating lots over there.
Bajan takes the final snap and takes a knee, and Shepherd going to make their way back to the sideline, and both teams going to meet at midfield as the clock's still winding its way down. But Shepherd well on their way to their third victory of the season. 3-2-1 1. That is your ball game. Put a tally in the win column for the boys in gold and blue from Shepherdstown. Shepherd beats Bloomsburg 37-13. Back with the post-game show after this. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
Get ready. The Floor Pools Hot Tub Expo is happening October 23rd through the 26th, and it's bigger than ever. Enjoy massive factory discounts on hot tubs from all top brands, including Hot Spring, the #1 rated hot tub. They've got plenty of hot tubs in stock, ready to roll and ready to relax you. Whether you're looking to soak away stress, crank up the jets, or take your backyard to the next level, now's the time to make it happen. Join Floor Pools at any of their 3 locations, Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg, for the best deals of the season. Don't wait. The deals are hot and the tubs are even hotter. It's the Floor Pools Hot Tub Expo, October 23rd through the 26th. Get all the details at SpaExpoTristate.com. And while you're there, check out the saunas, swim spas, and cold plunges, all at great discounted prices. Floor Pools, the best hot tubs at the best discounts.
Remember all the sports we played when we were kids?
Oh yeah, swimming, tennis, basketball,
Football, soccer, track. I loved winning.
I still do.
Our competitive spirit is still going strong.
But now we use it to win for our clients. If you've been hurt in almost heaven,
call the Sevens, 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
And we welcome you back into Danny Hale Field at Redmond Stadium. Shepherd plays spoiler on homecoming for the second time this year, beating the Bloomsburg Huskies 37-13. Shepherd improves to 3-4 on the season. Bloomsburg drops to 1-6. Post-game show brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Dylan, the defense stole the show today. Not taking anything away from what Shepherd was able to do offensively. Obviously, 37 points, a very good offensive day. But the defense is going to be bullet points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 you're talking about in this football game.
Yeah, obviously, the points up on the board, 7 of those points came because of your defense.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, all of the Bloomsburg drives that were cut short gives your offense more opportunities to go down and score. And overall, great performance. 5 turnovers forced by the Shepherd defense. Interceptions, sack fumble, Nathan Muley, Clayton Batten really shutting down the Bloomsburg run game. They were able to get some first downs down the field, but it wasn't until late in the third quarter that Bloomsburg even got into the red zone. So just a great performance from a Rams defense that needed a confidence-boosting game like this.
No doubt about it. Let's tell you how we got to our 37-13 final. It was very quick for the Shepherd offense to get on the scoreboard. Took just one play, going 63 yards. It was a Mike Hardaway pass completed to Carrington Nickens Yazir for 63 yards. That taking just 12 seconds off the clock. Shepherd early in the first quarter up 7-0. Keith Baker added the field goal with 9:57 remaining in quarter number 1. That one from 24 yards out, 10-0 at that point. It was a 1-yard run for Jordan Barnett to make it 16-0 in the first quarter. Extra point was missed by Baker, but really in that first quarter, you got the initial thought that, hey, this could be a dominating win for Shepherd, and that continued as we went into quarter number 2. It was another Jordan Barnett touchdown run, this one from 3 yards out, that capping off a 4-play, 20-yard drive, taking 2 minutes off the clock. And then Jordan Barnett, a 1-yard run up the middle after halftime to make it 30-0, capping off an 8-play, 32-yard drive. Bloomsburg did find the end zone. K.J. Riley completed a pass to Jerry Griffin Batchelor from 20 yards out. That was on a 4th down, so a good 4th down conversion, getting the first points of the day for the Huskies. That capped off an 18-play, 75-yard drive, taking 9 minutes and 44 seconds off the clock. And credit on that drive to Eli Zimmerman, who almost coughed it up at about the 40-yard line, but was able to fall on it and avoid another turnover that gave the football back. So with 35 seconds left in the third, it is 30-7 at that point. K.J. Riley would find Gabe Brower for a 5-yard touchdown, and that one, or make that a K.J. Riley finding Mike Conway from 3 yards out to make it 13 points for Bloomsburg. But in the midst of that, it was a fumble return for a touchdown by Clayton Batten, the, in my opinion, highlight of the game. We'll get to that a little bit later with our awards, and that made your final 37-13 when the clocks hit 0. A fun game to watch, a fun game to see the defense continue to grow, coming off of their best performance of the season last week. It was great to see them capitalize on yet another one. You look at the couple of touchdowns in the second half, and with the style of offense that Bloomsburg runs, it was going to be tough to keep them out of the end zone, and it's competitive Division II college football. It's tough to pitch a shutout at any level, so you knew that Bloomsburg was probably going to find the end zone just based on what they had done offensively this year. But Shepherd's defense has got to be flying high as they get ready to get back on the bus and head back to Shepherdstown.
Yeah, and there was enough plays in this game to where you can hone in on some of the stuff that you still need to improve on. But, yeah, overall, getting pressure on the quarterback, being able to pursue the ball carrier against a team where it was really up in the air which one of 3 or 4 guys could really be the ball carrier on any given play, to be able to keep them corralled and not let many plays go over 5 to 10 yards. I'll just look through here, and the running backs and ball carriers for Bloomsburg, K.J. Riley had a long rush of 19 yards on a scramble, but looking through the longest rush of every other player on Bloomsburg, 8 yards, 9, 6, 9, 6. That's the best that they were able to do. No explosive runs for them to go down the field and make those run-heavy drives turn into quick ones that put points up on the board.
Let's take a look at our post-game stats brought to you by your local full-service archery pro shop, Fort Evans Archery of Inwood. Call 304-229-7064 or visit fortevans.com. Starting with the team stats. For Shepherd, 13 first downs in the game to Bloomsburg 17. Rushing yards for the Rams, 147 on 29 carries. Bloomsburg ran the ball 42 times for 165 yards. Shepherd was running the ball at about 5 yards a pop, whereas Bloomsburg 3.9 will round up for him to 4 yards a carry. Receiving yards on the day, 166 for Shepherd, 142 for Bloomsburg. So you talk about two teams, neither of which really threw the football overly successfully today, and that's what we had. It was a run-first mentality for both of these offenses. Looking down for some of the other team stats of note, time of possession, Bloomsburg won that category 33 minutes and 50 seconds to 26 minutes and 10 seconds, but give credit because that was because a lot of short fields that the Rams defense was giving their offense. Penalties, Shepherd finished with 4 penalties for 35 yards, so strong in the second half, did not commit a penalty in the second half of this football game, and 3 penalties for 25 yards for Bloomsburg. So a relatively clean game on both sides of the football.
Yeah, it really was. It ends up being turnovers that make the big difference in the end. 2 interceptions, 3 fumbles for Bloomsburg. If that's evened out, Shepherd took care of the ball, didn't have a single one on their side. So if you were to say that that's more of a 2-to-1 split, 1-to-1 even, then we're talking about a much different score here. But Shepherd, a lot of those were forced by them. It wasn't just bad throws. Their defense made plays. That play by Batten, knocking the ball out on the tackle in textbook fashion by him.
Let's look at some individual stats, starting with Shepherd. Mike Hardyway, we talked about the passing yards as a team. Hardyway was responsible for 150 of those. Just a 50% completion percentage today, though. Only dropped back 24 times, but only completed 12 of those. That number's got to come up.
It does. And there was some easier throws that Hardyway missed. There was, right before the end of the half, Shepherd trying to make things happen. Even late in the game, throwing 3 times in a row, incomplete on 2 of them. You still have to do a little better there. The receiving talent on this team is here. They've been able to scheme up some stuff through Rob Ambrose's offense. But, yeah, you got to do better than 50% completion.
His receivers on the outside, it was Cordell Batten able to lead the way, at least with receptions. 3 receptions for 24 yards. Harrington Nickens Jazeer, 2 receptions for 68 yards, 63 of that coming on 1 play. And a touchdown. Casey Lanza added a pair of receptions as well as Jaden Ashby. A reception for Nicholson, Barnett, and Lown as well. Running the football, Jordan Barnett, 14 carries, 90 yards, averaging about 6.48 pop, and he found the end zone 3 times in this football game. Grant Swinehart, only 5 carries on the day for 18 yards, so pretty quiet from him out of the backfield today. And we've really, over the last couple of games, seen more of the emphasis on Barnett in the backfield. We talked about that 2-headed monster, and obviously Swinehart going to get his fair share of snaps, but in terms of just strictly running the football, we've started to see the tide turn to this being really Jordan Barnett is the clear number 1 running back on this team.
Yeah, and give credit to Grant Swinehart. There was a good handful of his carries where Bloomsburg got through the offensive line immediately. You see, Grant Swinehart had a long run. His longest run was 18 yards, and on 5 carries, he ends the day with 18 yards. To me, that says you got tackled in the backfield, and almost every time, if a running back is tackled for a loss, it was the offensive line blowing a block.
Let's look at some individual stats for Bloomsburg as well. KJ Riley finished 14 for 25 on the day, 2 interceptions thrown as well as 2 touchdowns. He threw for 142 yards. Running the football, Riley carried the ball 18 times for 75 yards, 4.2 a clip. So that's right about his season average. Also running the football, Clancy added 10 carries for 41 yards. Brower carried the ball 3 times for 16 yards, and Zimmerman carried the ball 7 times for 14 yards. On the outside, Griffin Batchelor had 5 receptions, leading the way for the Huskies for 58 yards and a touchdown. And the fullback Conway with a receiving touchdown as well, his only reception of the day. Brower, 3 receptions on the outside for 37 yards. Wolf added 3 receptions for 31 yards as well. Your post-game stats brought to you by your local full-service archery pro shop, Fort Evans Archery of Inwood. Call 304-229-7064 or visit fortevans.com. All right, now to the fun part. Let's give some awards out, shall we, Dylan? Let's start with the play of the game brought to you by CMA Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg. Stop in and see them today at 48 Kelly Island Road in Martinsburg or call 304-263-8821. They're moving lives forward. Your play of the game. Let's see if we're in lockstep with this one.
You and I are on the same page. The Clayton Batten, the scoop and score.
No doubt about it.
He knocks the ball out himself, picks it up, and runs it in for the touchdown. The play that sealed the game at that point, where Bloomsburg still had enough time. It was close enough that maybe you could see them getting back into it. And then it was all over after that, where Batten turns it into 7 points for Shepherd.
Collision of the game brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior custom service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call them at 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. What was your collision of the game? I have a couple that stand out.
You called it out at the time. I think it's got to be the Nathan Muley sack fumble right before halftime with about a minute before the half where it was 23-0 Shepherd. And Bloomsburg was starting to go down the field on the positive side of midfield. Maybe could have gotten some points up on the board, some momentum going into the half, and Muley just lays into KJ Riley and knocks the ball out, and Shepherd gets the ball.
Catch of the game brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
I don't think there was a single catch just on its own that stood out all above the rest, but I will give this to Carrington Nickens-Yazier on the first play of the game, that 63-yard touchdown on the dagger concept where Kason Lanza clears it out for him, running the streak route down the field. And Nickens-Yazier, using his speed, nice cut on his route, catches the ball, and then that explosiveness to go up the field, and nobody could catch him.
All right, let's finish with our player of the game, brought to you by CMA Honda of Winchester, located at 3985 Valley Pike in Winchester. Call 540-686-1622 at CMA Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more about you.
This was a really good team performance, so it's kind of hard. But there was one guy that got into the end zone 3 times for Shepherd, Jordan Barnett, 90 yards, 3 scores. I think I got to give it to him. There's a couple guys on defense, Muley and Batten. I think I
Batten, you got to give the honorable mention, an interception and a scoop score for a touchdown.
He did have the interception, too.
Yeah, so you got to give it. I think you could almost do an offensive and a defensive today, because it's hard to not give the player of the game to the guy that crossed the goal line 3 times for Barnett. So I think today we're going to give an offensive and defensive.
Yeah, like co-players.
Clayton Batten, just another spectacular game, adding on to his great October he has had, and really a great last 2 weeks he has had. A couple of interceptions in the last 2 weeks, a punt return and for a touchdown last week, and then a scoop and score, kind of putting the dagger in this one. I don't think that Bloomsburg was coming back at that point in the football game, but when you get that one right at the end as you're inside 10 minutes in the fourth quarter, that's really just kind of the dagger that ended it, and you went, okay, this game's pretty well wrapped up except for the time left on the clock.
Final nail in the coffin.
Yep, absolutely. All right, that is going to wrap it up from here at Redmond Stadium for us. The postgame show has been brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edward Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. We are back in Shepherdstown next Saturday. Homecoming East Stroudsburg in town, a 12 o'clock kick, as they all are in the great town of Shepherdstown, West Virginia. Our pregame show will get on the air at 11:30. Big thanks to all the folks here at Redmond Stadium. For Dylan Bishop, I'm Matt Crawford, reminding you one final time, Shepherd beats Bloomsburg 37-13. We will see you next Saturday from Ram Stadium. This has been Shepherd Ram Football on TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Beck & Surf Law Offices. 50 years experience. No fees unless we collect money for you. Always here to help you. Any questions? LawPBM.com.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Fort Evans Archery of Inwood is your local full-service archery pro shop with sales and setup, maintenance, repairs, and sight-ins. Fort Evans Archery is a full stocking dealer for all your favorites like Hoyt, Matthews, Elite, Bowtech, Mission, and Bear, with crossbows from Raven, 10-point, Barnett, and Excalibur. And Fort Evans Archery has a sight range out to 60 yards. Fort Evans Archery, 998 Arden Nullville Road, Suite 2, Inwood, open Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. until 6, Saturdays 9:30 to 4. FortEvansArchery.com.
Welcome into your post-game show, presented to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and in Hagerstown. All your games in the PSAC have been finalized except for 3. You've got Clarendon California PA still in the third. Millersville Kutztown in the third as well. And then a game only has not been started is Shippensburg versus East Stroudsburg, because that game starts at 6:05. But we'll get you the scores for every other game in the PSAC that has happened so far. All these games have went final except for the ones that I just listed. You have Lockhaven versus Westchester. Lockhaven came on top there, 28-21. Slippery Rock winning, making a comeback game against Indiana at a PA. Sinton Hill and Gannon, currently, they just finished up not too long ago. Then Sinton Hill getting a win. Clarion and California PA, that game's still going on. California just scored a touchdown to put them up in the third with 3:50 left to go. Millersville Kutztown, that game is now 36-0 after that 9-0. They had a 7-0 in the first, went 9-0 after the safety, and then ever since then their starting quarterback has went out with a injury, it is to believe, so they haven't got anything running after that. All your games in the Mountain East have been finalized. I got those scores for you right here. You've got Fairmont State beating PSAC Edinburgh 35-30. Wheeling beating West Virginia State 24-20. West Liberty beating West Virginia Wesleyan 35-11. Frostburg State beating University of Charleston 32-30 in a close game. And then Concord losing to Glenville 42-30. Your West Virginia game did go final. Apologies for this jump scare that you're about to hear. 45-13, with your quarterback situation still unfigured out. You have two quarterbacks going back and forth, dueling for the starting spot. Didn't turn out to be good. Another West Virginia game that you've currently got going on is Marshall versus Texas State Bobcats, and they're currently losing by 4, with the score being 17-13, almost at halftime with 16 seconds left to go. If you're a fan of local football, D1 football, you've got JMU, who just went on top of Old Dominion 28-27. That game is about to be in the halftime with a minute left to go in the second quarter. Other D1 schools, this has been the week for upsets, so to speak, so far, with Louisville beating number 2 Miami 24-21 last night, and Nebraska losing to unranked Minnesota. Nebraska being ranked 25th, they were lost to Minnesota 24-6. Another upset win, Vanderbilt number 17 team beating number 10 LSU 31-24 earlier today. You've got the only upset win that did not happen is Oklahoma number 14 team versus South Carolina. That game finished at 26-7 with Oklahoma getting the win. Other games going on the 3:30 slate. You've got Michigan State in a sort of close game with number 3 Indiana. That game is 21-10 at halftime. Your Georgia game plays Ole Miss. That game is 21-17 with Georgia having the ball right now. Currently watching that since I'm a Georgia fan. That game is almost at halftime with about a minute left to go, but there is an injury, so it will take a little bit more. You have Ohio State versus Wisconsin. That game 17-0 at halftime. Ohio State keeping the lead there and keeping their ranking safe. A possible upset to look into, maybe, is number 7 Texas Tech. They are currently losing to Arizona State 6-0 in the second quarter with 9 minutes left to go. Those are all of your current games happening right now, your current important D1 games. Some other games that you got going on. You've got 7:30 tonight. You have Tennessee versus number 11 Tennessee versus number 6 Alabama, number 20 USC versus number 13 Notre Dame. And so far, none of those games have happened, obviously, at 7:30. BYU, Utah, if you're a Big 12 watcher, 8 p.m. tonight, 23 versus 15. And those are the only key games. If you want to watch some SEC football, you have number 21 Texas versus Kentucky. That game will be taking on at 7 o'clock. Next week, if you want to watch some more Shepherd Rams football, possibly come out with another win, join us around 11:30 because that will be a home game. You have them playing Shepherd playing East Stroudsburg for their homecoming game next week. And then if you want to watch another football game, a high school game right before that, you can watch Spring Mills play Martinsburg for their homecoming game. That game will be at Martinsburg. that has been your Shepherd football game. Once again, they came out on top today, 37-13, and a very dominant performance from Shepherd Rams today. That has been your broadcast for Shepherd football. I'm Kyler High with TV10. Have a great night.
You've been watching play-by-play coverage of NCAA Division II football featuring the Shepherd University Rams and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Today's telecast has been brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, Power, Beck and Matzaref Law Offices, Senate Finance Chairman Jason Barrett, Hagerstown Ford, Fort Evans Archery, Rocks Local Markets, the Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, personal injury attorneys, Cody's Auto Body, the Palace Lounge, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, the Berkeley County Health Department, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, Ameriprise Financial and the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, CMA Honda of Winchester, CMA Chevy and Toyota of Martinsburg, CMA Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, Dignity Memorial Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery of Martinsburg, Floor Pools of Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, Inferno Brewery and Andy's Pizza. TV10 Sports thanks you for watching today's presentation of Shepherd University Rams football. All rights reserved.